cause I'm the reason why she waddle home.
She waddle and waddle. She texts me in the nighttime while everyone's asleep, saying it's the right time to get under the sheets. So she call on FaceTime to show her waistline, not trying to waste time. So I grab my keys cause I'm about to slide, slide, baby, slide, slide, baby, slide, slide, baby, slide, cause I'm about to slide.
Hey, you know I'm about to slide like not the type to waste precious time like you done put the thought in my mind's eye. Now I must explore what's inside like I'm on a run again, perfect from the field. Now she say we more than friends. No complaints even though it wasn't in the plan. Sometimes things that follow isn't in your hands. Who am I to turn down a good thing? Never wishing if I could, cause I do bring a heavy hitter when I'm looking at your hips swing. We could go another round, no I'm down.
We can go another round, another round. We can take another trip around town. Phone ringing, so I gotta look down. Shawty dancing with me now. She texts me in the nighttime while everyone's asleep, saying it's the right time to get under the sheets. So she call on FaceTime to show her waistline, not trying to waste time. So I grab my keys cause I'm about to slide, slide, baby, slide, slide, baby, slide, slide, baby, slide, cause I'm about to slide.
Quit acting like you caring about your main dude. Copy ninjas, I can hit you with the same moves. You put your phone down whenever he around you. After hours on the weekend, I like how it sound too. Water park text me and I'm sliding on. You heard her feelings in my shoulder, what she crying on. At the cheese spot, that cake is what she lying on. She act up like a city girl, my lap is what she got it on. Made that bed rock, she say you got that cobblestone. King James, cause his wood is what she flopping on. Already slid, she teeter-tot and she wobble on. You better leave her, cause I'm the reason why she waddle home.
She waddling, waddling, she waddling home. Now she calling me, she calling on my phone. Now she waddling, waddling, she waddling home. Wait, I don't have my phone. She texts me in the nighttime while everyone's asleep, saying it's the right time to get under the sheets. So she call on FaceTime to show her waistline, not trying to waste time. So I grab my keys cause I'm about to slide, slide, baby, slide, slide, baby, slide, slide, baby, slide, cause I'm about to slide.
Opposition, get dropped for this and can't stop the mission. Arrive on the spot, helicopter gimmicks. Leave your ass suspended, yeah, the art is different. Charged up, then I let loose. It connect to chest moves. Might just forget your breath left you in the midst of my special. See it's levels to this shit, leagues above y'all. I am several. Chun-Li, like always ready. You pull up for a street fight, my moves deadly. You miss, I delete. Life bars ain't steady. Fuck a list, no one on this really ahead of me. 100 kicks to the opposition. Get dropped for this and can't stop the mission. Arrive on the spot, helicopter gimmicks. Leave your ass suspended, yeah, the art is different. Charged up.
guess that was kind of like perfect timing for the beat drop right there. Hello, Honesty. Welcome in. All right, so we're running that conversation back because it's funny. If you was here on Saturday, then you know what conversation I'm referring to. Because I feel like that was the last time I actually had this conversation. I feel like that's when I had the conversation, and I was just like, there's a lot of stuff that was on my mind at that point in time that I just wanted to kind of get out there. So, we're running it back, but this time we got one of the other people that I wanted to have the conversation with. So I'm gonna bring that person on right now, and then we're gonna like have this talk now. So. Say hello.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, the 10-0. Oh my gosh. The dumper dropper himself. Oh my gosh. The guy that doesn't play games with me. Oh my gosh.
What the fuck? I've invited you to the same game.
No. Definitely not 3 days in a row. You invited me yesterday.
Live.
Yesterday. And you never invited.
Monday.
I was not there neither one of those days.
That's crazy.
I was there yesterday, but not Monday or Tuesday.
I don't think that's my fault.
So how am I gonna know that you invited me if I wasn't there for you to invite me?
I mean, I got alerts that grow sounds that say when I go live. Look, we don't have to do this right now.
Yeah, we do. I mean, because now you try to put me on the spot by saying that. Yeah, we do. Hold on. Yes, we do. Like you trying to put me on the spot by saying that. Like yesterday, yes, but I was definitely busy doing something yesterday. So
okay, that's fine.
But for you to say 3 days in a row, like I just been just straight up just like telling you no for 3 days straight, no. Hey, no. I didn't even know. I did
not the same as no.
You never even asked me. That's the thing. You asked me yesterday, and I think you asked me when I was live. When I was actually, that was last week. You was like, "Are we gonna play?" No, that was when I was on vacation. Actually, he was like, "Are we gonna play?" What you call it? And I was just like, "That's not even on."
F me.
No, I said that's actually not even on my agenda of things to do. Yeah.
Anyway. Hi, friends. Do you like violence? Want to see me never mind.
Oh yeah, he finna crash out. All right. You guys are here first for it. The crash out from Hino. Your biggest fan is here, by the way.
Them lyrics.
Yeah, I know. He crashed out. Your biggest fan is saying hi to you, by the way.
That's debates. Hey, Ricey.
Wow. She definitely is a fan.
Biggest fan is I would have to poll. They were like, come on, that's a lot.
One of your biggest fans, let's put it that way. One of them.
All right, cool.
Racey, don't deny it. You know it's true. So, I wanted to present you with a question. Same thing that I presented to everybody else. That question was, what do you consider to be a content creator? Like, what is a content creator to you? In your own words, basically.
To me, a content creator is someone that is making a concerted effort to put themselves out there on a multitude of platforms. Someone that never has enough time, yet somehow always makes time. Someone that sacrifices. Someone that, despite how do I say this? Not negativity, but okay. Despite pessimism, still pushes forward. You know.
Okay. And then the other
That's
question.
why. That's honestly why. That's honestly why the bald henna shit pisses me off the most. Bald henna was a streamer. I'm a content creator. I've worked my ass off at this time. Yeah, it's
I've already
motherfuckers could be
explained. I've already explained why we said ball handle
I
was.
understand. I understand your rationale. I'm explaining how
I'm not saying that you're
personally
not a
feel.
I'm not saying you aren't a content creator when I say that. I'm saying you were
No, I
more.
understand. This is y'all praising the wrong shit.
No, like
Praising
I
the wrong
definitely give
shit.
you.
Bald
I've
Head was
definitely.
lazy.
No, ball handle wasn't lazy. Ball handle was.
Bald Head wasn't doing shit.
But he was very expressive with his actions. Like you were doing things that I don't see you doing as much now. Basically, you were in a sense the definition of a clip farmer back then. Like you were doing things that would get you a lot of clips. But now you've chilled out because like you're doing a lot more, so you're not really farming for the clips as much as you're just farming for like your actual like you're just wanting to put out your content.
I
That's
wasn't farming for the clips though.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm
I
saying you weren't farming for it, but it was just like a lot of things that you were saying or doing at the time. You'd be like, "Whoa, pause, hold on." That would lead to a clip, basically.
Do you know what? Okay, do you want to know what I feel like it is? I feel like more people watched back then to make those clippable moments.
Maybe.
I don't.
I don't know. I
have
don't. I
less
can't.
eyes than I do now.
I mean,
That's
that
factual.
maybe that might be the case. I'm not entirely sure. I still feel like I mean, you were doing what you've been like. You're doing things that like are genuinely you now, but like again, you were just
Cause I'm damn sure funnier than back then.
debatable.
I'm damn sure more dynamic than back then. I'm damn sure more versatile than
I
back
mean, you
then.
definitely are more versatile for sure. I mean, you're doing again, you're exploring more of who you are, which is you okay, like if I'm gonna be honest and like direct and give you your flowers finally, which I don't do very often. You are being more versatile and flexible in what you're doing. I mean, you're doing the DJ, the DJ heft. You got that going. You've been exploring the avenues of content creation as far as improving on your thumbnails and making YouTube videos game. That like these are the things that actually would entail being a content creator for a fact.
I posted 3 shorts in the last 3 days, and they all have over 300 views.
Good. As that's what you should be doing as a content creator is that you should be trying to get your content out there on different platforms and doing different things of that nature and whatnot. Um,
I lied. The last one is at 2:30, but it's only been out for 10 hours, 12 hours. I lied.
good.
But yeah, fucking ball Heno couldn't lace my fucking boots. That motherfucker was just pushing live, go live. That's all he was doing.
But it's also look how much you've evolved
I
since
mean,
then,
he was
though.
podcasting, but all them podcasts died.
But you've evolved,
Rest
though.
in
That's what
peace
I'm
to
saying.
every last one of my podcasts, except for nonsense. That's because of my boy Bob.
But but what I'm referring to,
One day classified to come back.
actually, I'm actually changing that. That like
Shit, bro. Well,
no, what I mean is like it's not gonna be called that anymore. Because like this is it leads because I have a lot that's getting ready to happen this year in general, and as you guys know, I'll be a homeowner and legit
what?
what 4 months from now, less than 4 months or something like that, I'll be a homeowner.
Come on, Fulio. I'm coming to spend the night.
Um, I'll have 3 rooms, so
Oh shit! Look at you.
but that also entails that I won't be buying games as much either. Also, let me get pop it up so that y'all can see Heno too. Ooh, I actually get to do the like this is gonna it's gonna be kind of interesting. This is gonna be interesting. So I gotta figure out how I'm going to do this because it's the same way that I have it set up on so if you're looking at the stream right now, I'm gonna try to figure out how to make it happen so that you also appear when you start talking. But that's gonna be hard to do because you're on a different wavelength thing. You're not gonna be separated audio. I'll just have your picture always up there. I'll just do it that way. Um Let me bring this up. And then, because I'm not using my actual regular chatting thing, I'm like, I'm going to create a whole new thing. And like this, to tie into what I was going to say, I mean, which is, I'm glad that you're actually here because then I can actually talk about it. I'm changing declassified into it's going to be strictly about gaming. So I'm like, when I say declassified, it's going to be like declassifying the games and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then the podcast aspect is going to have a different name because I don't want it to be like declassified where it's only like until C1, but I want it to have like your name involved in it some way, shape, or form too. So that's why I said that it's getting a different name. It's going to come back, but it's going to like figure out a proper name for it at some point. All right, let's see. Add existing and O. Where is this even at? Not it covering my face.
There goes Hano.
Okay, I gotta figure out how to like to
There
chop this
he
up.
goes. I think it's like control,
Okay,
either that or alt, or no, it might be shift.
because I'm holding
Oh,
shift to
shift.
adjust it. I think it's control to like
Crap out.
yeah. No, it's not that one. Hold on, let me just go.
Try
Uh,
alt.
yeah, it has to be alt. I'm gonna go full screen with it and then alt. Uh, Transform fit to screen. Oh, that's right, because it's not necessarily meant to fit to screen. Hold on. Let me remove it and then I'll bring it back.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
There it goes.
Damn, I didn't even know he streamed. Gotta follow.
Who streams?
Meet on Mars.
Eventually, I'm gonna learn how to like have it so that I'll have to set that up at some point in time. I might like redirect my Discord audio so that it can come through as something else, and then it'll have the same effects that it does have when I'm streaming too. So like when I stop talking, I fade away. But yeah, I'll set it up at some point in time. All right, so but yeah, eventually we're gonna try to get the podcast thing going again and revamp it, figure out a new name for it, get a little scene for it and some audio and all that, or not audio, but like some visual scenes for it and all that jazz and stuff. Um, but yeah, the reason why I was asking that because of the fact that given everything that went on with the I almost said Illuminati, Luminosity thing, right?
Oh wait, what do you mean?
Have you been on checking like Twitter and all that?
No.
Okay, so Luminosity did basically from I want to say like middle-ish
Oh,
towards
they
the
were
end,
doing like some next up thing.
the Rising Star thing, and like they
Yeah.
basically got like pretty much about like 6,000 people to sign up for it, and then the contest ended last, is it Friday, basically. Like there was like a long period where they just had people applying and stuff, and they were like, yeah, shoot your shot, this, that, and the third, and then Friday it ended, and then that Saturday they had their top 100 picked when they had like pretty much like 6,000 people that signed up for it. And initially I was just like, there's no point in me signing up. Like I already know, like I'm not going to get picked. But then I had
That's why I
like,
didn't.
I mean, I should have, like, I wasn't even disappointed. I'm just like, I just wanted to be in there just to, like, I'm gonna throw my hat in there just to see what happens. And I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm not gonna be disappointed if I don't get picked. But then I got start seeing some of the people that were actually in it that I'm just like, yo, like, these people are out here like putting in work. Like, I know for a fact, like, given my work schedule, I would not be able to actually like participate in the same capacity that some of these other people are doing. But like, Anka, I'm like, she's out here putting in work. She does her own cosplay. She makes that stuff from scratch. She's live when she does it. She's out here being on different talking points and doing different panels and just a bunch of stuff that's out here just putting in work as far as the content creation sphere goes. And I'm just like, yo, like, there's anybody that I wanted to see move forward in that, it was her. And then I come to find out, I'm like, yo, Data Dave is in this too. I'm like, yo, like, Dave is fire. Like,
Yeah, I
he's
fucks with Dave.
he's literally like Smash Bros Pro, pretty much puts in the effort, voice actor, all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like, yo, like he's in it too. I'm like, yo, like I really don't stand a chance, but at the exact same time, I'm like, yo, like I can't wait to see how far they go because I'm like, I know they've about to make it. And then the top 100 comes out, and neither one of them made it. And I was just like, wow, dang. I'm like, these are the people that I was rooting for, that I wanted to see them like move forward, and neither one of them made it. Like, dang, that's actually kind of wow. Like, I was upset that they didn't make it. Like, that's what I was really mad about. And so then I started to kind of like do a little bit of more detail into it, and then I come to find out that like somebody that's in it was formerly in Luminosity, and I'm just kind of like, that's a little backwards, don't you think? Like, how are you? Was you formerly in Luminosity and you're in the Rising Star thing for it? Like, you were formerly in it. Should you just be able to go, oh, I want to get back in. Let me go talk to like one of the people that's
Not
running it.
necessarily.
Eh,
Not necessarily. If you took a hiatus, it depends on how you leave.
Oh, that's why it's like I don't know how they left. I never.
Hiatus if they got into some shit with another member, if they
But
fell off,
that's my
stopped
thing.
streaming, then they might have had to reapply, and that might have been on the resurgence. I don't know them personally. I'm just
But
putting perspective out there.
yeah, and I get that aspect of it too, but it's just like you were formerly with them. Why are they having you compete in a thing for a Rising? Like that's like me saying to
Because if you fell off, you got to reprove yourself.
but no, like
That was the situation that happened.
but even then, if that is the case of like you have to reprove yourself, if like I don't think they were like in it in the aspect of being a content creator. I think they were in it on the aspect of being a part of like a team for like a specific game that they might not be in that aspect of that game anymore. But it's like they already in a sense proved themselves that they were a part of, like, say for example, like they had a team for Halo. Ain't
And
nobody
that
really.
sound like fell off.
No, what if they just what they said that
That goes back to the one trick versus variety.
but that's my thing though. They didn't say what they're looking for. They might not become like they like when they do these things, it's literally a a free advertisement for them
Mhm.
through everybody that signs up, because a lot of people are just like, I don't know who the heck Luminosity is, but now they know because of the fact that like 6,000 people was shooting their shots and constantly like and posted at least once or twice about it all over Twitter. And those 6,000 people, say for example that all of them have at least 200 followers, that's 12,000 people now that know about them, if not more. My math is absolutely off by that a whole
I
lot.
feel like that's more than that, but I feel
It
like
is.
it might be 120. But
Yeah, that's what I was like. I said I meant to say 2, but I said 200. But yeah, so it's just like it's it's that aspect of it, and so which is what I'm about to. It's another thing that I'm about to get into that ties into that. But I'm just what I'm frustrated is the fact that somebody that was already formerly in the organization who left for whatever reason is back in the running to get back in, and it's just like, how did they get in beforehand? They didn't have to go through no rising star competition because they only done it like 2 or 3 times, and the times that they have done it in the past, that's how K Dot got in, that's how Kareem got in, that's how Himalayas got in, was through this
So they
contest
might have got in
through their merit alone. Like I'm saying
through a hookup and a connection.
I'm saying through their merit.
The might have been on thin fucking ice in the first place.
No, I'm just gonna say they got in through their merit because of the skills that they had as a gamer for whatever game that they probably were a part of a team for, and they just like that's what I'm saying.
Them to give them that benefit of the doubt.
But what I'm saying, like matter of fact, I will actually go look up their information right now to see what they played back in the day. Like that is the simplest way to like find out that.
Nice, but everybody that's nice don't make it to the league.
But no, the thing is, they already made it to the league. That's the thing. So
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I'm looking at them.
People that's not nice that make it. I don't know them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking into their information right now, and I'm looking at their page. I'm looking at their
hookup.
I'm doubting it was a hookup.
Oh, okay.
Because of the fact that I'm looking at their page right now, they're not a partner, but in their profile picture, they have the Luminosity jersey on. They were recently playing. The last that they played when they streamed was Rainbow Six Siege. They play a lot of Siege. So, and looks like they
on the Halo team.
No, I was giving that as an example.
I was like,
because they have a Halo team.
Bit of a lane switch.
They have a Halo team. That's what I'm getting at. So now I got to figure out if they have a let me see. How you doing, Potsy? They don't have a Luminosity currently fields players teams in Counter-Strike, Smite, League of Legends, Hearthstone, Overwatch, and World of Warcraft. And let's see. If I can look up. And Rexy, why are you looking? Like, you never did explain that. I'm a little offended. You just like popped up and then just immediately said lurk. I'm like, but why would you do that? Are you not a fan of Hino? Like, I was just throwing that out there as a joke. I mean, you should have been offended by that. Interesting. So it looks like they got rid of the Rainbow Six Siege team because, again, that's not a part. Like, that's not a thing that they are known for. But they do have a team for. They have somebody that plays Brawlhalla. They have 4 people that play Apex Legends.
If they have one and dissolved it, then that would also explain why they would need to reapply.
But that's what I'm like, I don't know if they even actually are, you know, doing that again. They have plenty of content creators. Like to the point that I don't even think they need content creators. I think they need people for a team. Because they have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they have 18 content creators. They have 4 people for the Halo team, 4 people for the Apex, 1 person for Brawlhalla, 5 people for League of Legends. Marvel Rivals, they have 7 people. That's for the EU team. Looks like they have 7 people for the North American team. 1 person for Mortal Kombat. No, I don't think they need anybody else for Mortal Kombat, in all honesty, because that 1 person is
Damn.
Sonic Fox. Yeah, I think I think Sonic Fox has that covered. Solo dolo. PUBG, they got 5 people for that. Pokemon Go. They have a Pokemon Go team? All right, they got a person for that. Pokemon like that. Now, Pokemon Unite makes sense. You would need a team for that. They got 5 people for that. But yeah, Rainbow Six Siege, they have nobody. So I feel like they got rid of their Rainbow Six Siege team because, again, Rainbow Six Siege had nothing going on for it. But now they're getting ready to come back with, there's a new thing that they just recently done with Rainbow Six Siege that I know Kiki went to. That they just I think they just announced it earlier today. That kind of like that's gonna spark a resurgence for that. So that's why I'm like, and it looked like this person played a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, and it leans into another aspect. And then there was another person that entered in for the contest, and I was just like, you know what, like, because I got extremely curious. So like as I was watching it, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna kind of like take a look at everything, see who's actually moved on to the top 100. This person had 100 followers on Twitch, 8 followers on YouTube, like 2,000 some followers on TikTok, and like 200 followers on Twitter.
What the fuck?
And they made it to the top 100. But then I looked at their Twitter, and throughout their entire Twitter page was nothing but the contest. And I was just like, huh. And now it's starting to like get my brain flowing a bit more. And it's just like, they already know who they wanted to pick. This thing was just free advertisement for them to utilize. And then if they saw somebody else that kind of like, oh, I didn't know that this person was going to apply, let me go ahead and kind of like move them along with it and let them keep advertising.
Yeah.
And then, you know, drop them off. So it's like, in my mind, I'm looking at that proxy person as being somebody that they're for sure going to bring on, like, but they might see like, oh, we can kind of utilize these other people that have applied to get them in maybe later, but like they weren't on the radar for it. That's just me throwing it out there.
I assume all companies did that.
But see, that's the thing. That's disingenuous. That's the things that we got to like kind of like, it's not even business. That's just like, we got to like call them out on the bull. We got to like expose them on that.
Business practices, but it's business practices.
I mean, it at the end of the day.
Same thing with companies posting job applications for positions that they already have filled.
I mean, in a sense, it's the same thing, but it's just like now you're just
shitty.
But it's the fact that they're utilizing people as free advertisement. That's the thing that I'm getting at. Like, and we gotta like, you know, people that have been around the block long enough gotta like start calling them companies that aren't your friends. We gotta stop giving them passes. Not even that we gotta stop giving them passes, just that we as people that have been around long enough gotta like call it out where we see it and just expose it so that people can like not fall for these traps and then be wise up.
Apply. Like,
but like
you can't have people can't always do the thinking for you.
It's not even that people need to not do the thinking. It is just that in the content creation space, people are so isolated and off doing their own things that a lot of people just don't speak up about stuff that needs to be spoken up about, because it just follows the same cycle over and over that people get caught up in, and then they get upset about it because of the fact that they're just like, well, I was doing all this and that and I didn't get selected and stuff. And it's just like, we've been there, we've done that, we've seen it. We got to call it out, because it's just like when we don't call it out, no change happens. And the same, like, again, the same thing keeps repeating itself over and over again. And it's just like, we gotta be the change that we want to see in this space. That's how I feel. So again, that's my reason why that's why I'm being so vocal now, is because of the fact that like a lot of this stuff is just like, these are things that I've seen happen. I'm like, you know what, I gotta call it out. I gotta start saying something, because it's like a lot of times I'm just off doing my own thing and I'm just existing, basically, so to speak, and I don't want to become complacent and just be okay with where I'm at. So that's why I'm just like, you know what, this is kind of like, these are things that I want to like start having talks about. I want to like go on stream, have these things, put this information out there, give people a point of view, especially from someone that's been around the block for so long that I'm like, a lot of this stuff I see and I just don't say anything about it. And I can't be like that anymore. I got to start being vocal, because when I'm vocal, I'm uncomfortable. When I'm uncomfortable, that's when new things start to happen. That's when new things start to pop off. That's when the creative energy, every aspect and this and that starts to flow out. And that's where I want to be at, is in a constant state of just doing new things and creating new things versus just being strictly complacent, playing my game, making clips, putting it out there, and doing a couple of reviews here and there, doing things like that. I need to get myself more active and more outgoing, basically, is what I'm trying to do. So,
Understandable.
and then with you having been around, so I'm just like, you know what? I like it. I need to, like, as everyone says, steel sharpens steel. So therefore, if I'm inspired, I want to get everyone else around me inspired, because of the fact that once everyone else is around me inspired, that's when real change starts to happen. And I want some real change to start to happen. I want to see everyone progress. I see like, for me, I have that big brother syndrome. I see other.
Okay, let me put a pin in that. I disagree. Inspiration does not affect change. Dedication affects change.
I mean, I'm dedicated.
Dedicated to the. I'm just saying, if the dedication is not put to a cause will not move.
But like, again,
So I don't need motherfuckers to be inspired. I need motherfuckers to be dedicated, and that's not towards you. That's towards whoever claims to be part of the cause to try and make shit better.
It goes hand in hand, and
I need motherfuckers on.
It goes hand in hand if you think about it, because
inspiration can fade.
Inspiration can fade. So can dedication.
Be a moment.
So can dedication as well. You can be dedicated to a cause, but when you don't see anything happen, you can fall off of it. Look at how many people have started streaming, and then they're just like, man, I was putting in 100 hours, 200 hours a month, and now I'm just like, I ain't seeing anything, and I don't have the will for it anymore.
To that person, I would ask. To that person, I would tell them how long did they think it would take.
Again, that's what I'm saying.
I tell you the answer was wrong.
Well, again, like, no one actually, like, everyone's path is different. That's another thing that ties into it, is that, like, no one really knows how long their journey is going to be in the grand scheme of things. But at the exact same time, it's just like, that's where it's a combination of dedication, inspiration, and just determination too. Mm-hmm. That's the three things that I say that really gets things going. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I need people around me that are inspiring me, because that gets me flared up to do something different. Like, when Neku was working on something, and then he said something, and he started with, like, I think it was Seti that had something happen to him that inspired Neku, that literally inspired me. And I was just like, you know what? I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to do this. I've been meaning to make my own closed captions thing. I asked Neku about it. Boom. He gave me a bit of information that inspired me to make the closed captions thing. Like, he gave me the little blueprint to, like, how to do it. Did it. Now that's the reason why I got the Final Fantasy text popping up the way it pops up. But then that flipped around. And then when I'm talking and I'm making, like, a review video, like looking over something, and I stop talking and then my camera fades away, that's where the inspiration from that came from, was from the closed captions thing. So that's what I mean by that. It's just like, whenever it's a chain reaction type thing, I want to be inspired by the people that I'm around, because, like, when they're flared up, it spreads. Like, because it started from Seti, got onto Neku, got off of Neku. Well, I won't even say got off of Neku. It just flared off of Neku and flared onto me to create something new. That's, like, I need that kind of energy constantly around me, because it's just like, it's gonna, like, motivate me to start doing new things and working on stuff that otherwise I'll just keep putting it off, basically. And so, again, this, which is funny, because this video that I have just been sitting back here in the background, if you guys remember, I had this exact same talk on Saturday. I believe it was Saturday. It might have been whenever I first reached out. I feel like it was Saturday, because that's when they announced the top 100. And then from there, that's when I was already like fired up at that point. And then when the information actually came out, I was already like flared up, fired up, and just wanted to like talk about something. And that just added more fire to the thing. And so like I even asked CJ, I'm like, yo, I want to get your input on some stuff because of the fact that like you've been around the block, you've had success, you have plenty of success, and you're still having success. But it would be great, like, because a thing with this field is that people don't listen to somebody that they feel like they're either at the same level of or that they are quote unquote above when it comes to content creation. But if they hear somebody that they aspire to be like, or that they're inspired by, or they see that has success, they'll sit down and listen. Like, and this is the reason why I threw out there, like, for those that remember, it was like what 3-4 years ago now at this point, I was just like, why don't any black men have a black men group? How come we don't have a the black men gamer group? Like, as we have black girl gamers, how come we don't have a black man version of that? And that sparked a whole little bit of a debate thing and stuff like that. And then I remember Leela was like, why don't you create it? And I'm like, I would create it, but no one's going to show up. Why do I say that?
I would.
Again, let me get myself off. But like, the reason why I said no one's going to show up is because like I want to reach as many people as I could possibly reach. But at the exact same time, people are going to look at me and be like, what accolades do you have? I know I have accolades, don't get me wrong. But they'd be like, you don't have a check mark. You're not at that point in time. I didn't have any like real connections. Like, I was like working with Sega, and I wasn't even a Capcom creator at that point in time. I don't even think I had the Ubisoft. Like, I think the only thing I really had going for me was the PSO content creator and Road Company at that point in time. I didn't really have any real accolades. Fuck Road Company, by the way. But it was just like I didn't really have anything to set myself apart from everybody else. And that's why I was just like, I would absolutely love to do it, but I feel like no one would really respond because I don't have that check mark. I don't have any real accolades. Now, if somebody like CJ was to say like, okay, I'm about to create this group, do you know how many people are going to flood over to be like, yeah, I want to be a part of that? If somebody like J-Rock was to say that, you know how many people would be like, oh yeah, I want parts of that. If like Drunken Buddha was to come back and be like, yo, I want to make this for everybody, people are going to flood over to it. If Kadrian said he was going to do it, people would flood over to it. Why? Because they had the check mark. They're ambassadors. They have something that other people want. So they're going to be like, I want to be in on something like that because of the fact that they feel like they're going to learn something from them. So that's why I was just like, yeah, it would be dope if I could do this, but at the exact same time, I don't feel like people are going to flock to it as hard as if somebody else was a part of it, or if they saw names that they respected and wanted to get something from pop out and say it. So that's why I was just like, I understand that aspect now. So again, this video kind of like, it reiterates a lot of the same sentiments that I had that I was trying to get a point across to that, you know, I wasn't able to get. But like, again, Ash said hi. She's a Twitch ambassador. She's a partner. She's does plenty of panels and talking points about different things. She's hosted. She's done a lot of stuff, and we know about CJ. Everybody that's in this community has been to a SenseiCJ stream. We know the things that he's done, accomplished. I don't even need to give this man's resume. He speaks for himself. So I wish Neku actually gave me the timestamps for different things because I want to jump to different points of this video. So
cool show planned for you. Hi, Son Goku. Hi, Leanne. Also, all right. Okay, how about that? Is that better?
Okay, so I'm about to try to jump straight to
something that is really special about what we do here on Twitch.
Make sure.
Because it's like a third space.
Put that quality up.
Right? Like, we don't have a lot of those third spaces anymore in the physical world. So what does it mean to be a content creator today?
Remember how I was asking? I was like, I literally asked CJ this, the exact. So I was like, I want to get a quote from you, bro. I was like, I want to get this exact quote from you. Look at that smile. I had that exact same smile that Ash had. I was like, she asked the question I wanted. Like, I was in BC with Neku and all them. So I was like, yo, what? Like, we were playing something. I'm like, I was mind you, this just happened yesterday. This is the reason why I didn't go live, because I was just like, when I heard that question, I was like, I'm stopping everything I'm doing because she's having that conversation with CJ, and I was like, literally, I was just asking him. I wanted to have this conversation with him, so I'm like, I need this right now. So I was like, I'm stopping everything I'm doing just so I can listen to all this. So remember how I just asked earlier, what does it mean to be a content creator? I feel like that word, I feel like that word is being thrown around so much that it is losing its meaning because everybody and their mom is calling themselves a content creator. So let's hear what CJ has to say about that.
Oh man, that's a very layered question. All right, we'll get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's just get into it. Take
All
the
right,
gloves off.
so-
Let's go.
All right, gloves off. All right, so first of all, there is a difference between being a streamer and being a content creator.
Yes.
All right, now this is something that I've said maybe about 5-6 years ago publicly, and for some reason, okay, so just at the basis of the core of this, right? If somebody only just dances, they are a dancer. If somebody only just sings, that's the only thing they do, they are a singer. If you just rap, you are a rapper. If you just stream, guess what? You are a streamer, right? And if you look at this like it's a kind of almost like a, I don't know, I guess like a pyramid, if you will. Like you have streamer, you have content creator, and then I even put like maybe influencer above it all, because influence is very, very powerful. But you know, we'll probably get into that. But so in terms of content creation, I cannot put that in the same bracket as streamer, because streamer at the very core of it, anybody can stream. Anybody. It's very accessible. That's why it's so oversaturated now, because anybody can do it. Literally anybody can do it. So so what is happening now is the word content creator is being overused, right? If I can't find you on any other platform, if you just click start stream and I just see you here, like this is like what you can stream without a mic or a camera at the most basic level. Does that like you know what I'm saying? Like unless you're absolutely amazing at the game, like it's so frustrating for me at this point. I'm not gonna lie. It's a frustrating conversation, because I see the word creators and content creator used so often, and I'm like, is everybody content creators though? And to be a content creator, you must create.
Yeah.
Like it sounds simple, but it's not. It's like you must create, and not copy. Like no, create, right? So for example, you Ash, that there's things that people don't see that you do behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
So for example, you may play a game, and in that game, I see you make an overlay.
Yeah.
And catered to that game.
Yeah.
Just that. You know what I mean? You are building your skill set now, but these are the behind the scene things that people do not see. This is all creation. You're bringing your skill set now and rounding it out. You know what I started learning this week? Blender. I'm learning 3D animation.
Awesome.
Right? So, but this is what I'm saying. It never ends. There's always something to learn.
Yeah.
Right. And it's blending all these skill sets. I'm sorry, in 2025, just pressing start stream, Ash, and that's it. That's you're not a creator, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you're not content creating. It's like as harsh as that may sound, you are a streamer, and that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a streamer. But I feel like there's so much more work that goes into content creation. All the little fine
motherfucker blow the fuck up just streaming
that you do to make your content stick out. Now, to be a content creator, you got to hit up these other platforms. You got to, because if you want to expand, just Twitch ain't gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it, right? So I know Ash, I know I know you're on X and Blue Sky and Instagram and everything, just expanding, because this just one platform now is just not gonna cut it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the kind of the long-winded answer of being a content creator, is bringing in all your skill sets to create. And I keep saying it like that because I want that to be the key word here. In content creation, you must create.
Yeah.
and not copy paste, create things. And it's cool to take other things also that you may see and remix it, right? I like that. Like remix it, you tweak it and make it your own. That's cool. Like steel sharpens steel. But you have to create. Have to.
I wanted to point that out. So I'm gonna see if I can find it. Let me do a thing. Because it's funny. Mind you, this stream happened on Saturday. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. Let me. I gotta go. Let me do it. I have not streamed since Saturday. What the heck am I? What is wrong with me? What the hell? All right. Oh, is that working even weighing in? Yep. And it, like, I rarely ever get to do like a 2-hour stream of just me legit just chit-chatting, just basically just talking. So I'm bringing this up. Welcome to my dashboard back end, but I'm gonna full screen it real quick. All right, so level, and he's doing it to a degree of like higher than what the game was meant to be.
It's just gonna take you.
Like, absolutely no shame to this person, but I saw them, they got into it, and I'm like, interesting. I'm like, okay, so you know what? Hold on, I think I know it. We're in right now, and I'm like, I hate it. I 1000% hate it. Let me see. What was I saying right here?
He was in. So he was like yo, I actually get out.
Like he, in a sense, like he's just like, I'm not gonna. He's like, I don't have to. Because he shifted. He's like, I don't have to do dumb stuff to get noticed anymore. He's like, people already notice me. Let me actually make a positive change. Oh yeah, I was giving Speed his flowers.
I like to do.
I think I was talking about Ty work well for Cheese, so therefore he left on his own terms versus he didn't get kicked out or anything like that. Like Big Cheese has been open about that. And T-Pain, I was talking about the Global Gaming League right there. Like my whole focus was, I wasn't even like focused on Luminosity, but I'm just like, me seeing that after refreshing the page, low-key really did make me mad. By the way, this is what I was referring to when I create the text. I just genuinely wanted to hear what people's like opinion of what a content creator was, because I'm just tired of like this current era of content creation that we're in. And then yeah, that just popped up. And then he didn't get in. This goes to show that they were literally trying to use people to promote them. And then, I'm like, okay, oh my gosh. Where did I say it at? Now accept my friend request.
Not for both balls don't smell the same as they use. They don't.
Oh, that was when I was young at Ty, so it was around here somewhere. Minimum, like no, like I want to see people be innovative. I want to see, so I want to pull up to somebody's chat and get that same vibe that like I want to see that era come back where I like when I go to CJ's chat and I see all the things that they created inside there within just their channel alone. Like I want to be able to like just like, yes, that's uniquely to CJ, but I also want to go to other channels and see some unique things. Content, a product that is given as a means to entertain, educate, or promote, etc. Not react.
Pushing the envelope.
I want to see people go above and beyond. I don't want to see them just, I'm going to hit the go live button and I'm going to say I'm a content creator because you're a streamer at that point. That's how I feel. If you just go live and don't do anything with what you create, you're just a streamer at that point. I want to see somebody be like, yo, I might not have actually done anything dope with my stream, but I had some funny moments. So I'm going to take that and throw that out somewhere and then see where it sticks at and then kind of evolve. Creator, the nigga that owns the right to the said media. Yeah. So put it together, and it's the nigga that owns the rights to said media that educates, entertains, or promotes. From Z's definition, because he broke up what both words mean, content and creator. So, but like, no, that's. But like that's what, like I want to see people actually just like putting in the effort in creating stuff. I want to see people like do unique things. I want to see speedrunners that have the skill set pop up and start being speedrunners. I want to see people that are innovative and unique with their idea of like things that they do. I want to see people pop up and be like, you know what, I'm trying to be a voice actor. And they actually start showing their voice acting skills. I want to see like somebody imitate like Wesker. I want to see somebody imitate Virgil. I want to see somebody imitate Mario. I want to see all these like different unique voices that they can do. I want to see somebody boot up and then make a dope beat. Neku, Pop. Well, actually, I'm gonna leave Pop alone because she says she's trying to like not just do that all the time. But I want to see that. I want to see like I want to hear music from you guys. I want to hear music from like Reezy. I want to hear music from JP. I want to hear music from SETI. Like, granted, that's the reason why I play their music. I want to like pull up to people's streams and just be inspired. Maybe you might not be able to do any of those things, but you are a great storyteller. Therefore, you have a form of content creation. Like that's you could be like, yo, like man, I was at work today and I was like, yo, peep this, peep this. So I was like literally delivering mail. And then this girl comes running out of her apartment screaming at her boyfriend and stuff. And then she starts busting out the windows and stuff. And I'm like, yo, what the heck is going on? And then the boyfriend come out the house pulling up his pants and stuff.
They start singing Orlando. Miss Savage, I don't like that. What's wrong with y'all?
I'm so tired of people doing literally nothing and attempting to get traction for it. Like that's what the thing is that people are not even doing nothing. They're literally taking what somebody else already created that got traction and then just talking over it. And that's their content. Like that's not content. That's just you reacting to something that's already been created. Please create something. Like tell a story. Like Z is a great storyteller. Like if you ever just sit back and listen to Z when he gets on a rant and starts talking about stuff, you will actually get invested. And you're wondering why you're invested in this black man talking a bunch of nonsense. But he's a great storyteller. The same thing with Neku. When Neku gets on a rant and starts like talking and he just keeps going. Neka. And then like he just says a lot of wild stuff. You're just like, yo, dude is wild, but like he's saying some stuff here and there. Like I love this. Like I love to listen to certain people when they talk about certain things, and I love to like see dope things happen. We need to get back into that era of just like making dope things happen. Z uses the best colorful language. Like he says some wild stuff, and you're just like listening to him, just like, how did we get here?
I would have never guessed to use them adjectives.
Literally, like that's how it is when you're just listening to Z. It's just like, I wouldn't have said that, but you know what? This dude is hilarious. Like you'll listen to him and you will just start to laugh at a lot of things that he says, and that's how it is. That's how it should be. And then on top of that, like, and even then, if you're a content creator, you don't have to necessarily create something that is just like completely dope and confounding and looks like wow. You can literally create a community that has a lot of unique personalities, and when you get into that community, you're just like, wow, this is a dope place to be at because I'm entertained by these people. And what do you know? That is a form of content creation because you're creating a community that has a unique personality, a unique vibe that's welcoming and or just like it engages with the person that is there. Therefore, that is a form of content creation because you're creating a community. Create. Like that's all I want people to do. Create. Why can't people create anymore?
Orlando. It's on all streaming platforms, by the way.
You notice how I'm emphasizing create.
You can go listen to that.
What did CJ just say?
Right.
We got to get back into creating. Next time you join up VC with Hollis Sing, that my personal favorite, I'm gonna be honest, it's okay.
And Ty, well, we ain't gonna even get it to. I'm gonna leave.
Ty, you are sitting in the chat right now. You can hop in a voice call right now. Matter of fact, how do I? You know what? No, hold on, I'm gonna get you. No, Ty, you're gonna have to get in here and talk too. Also, Z told you to shut up. Where's Ty at? Yeah, I see your name. Well, you better go green on Discord right now. But I was getting on Ty's back because of the fact that he also does music. Like he's featured in like 3 different songs. But yeah, if you notice, the main thing that I was harping on was at some point in the video, like because I like literally want to see what time I actually message popped about this because like I woke up mad that day. Basically, I don't know what it was about that Saturday, but I just woke up just highly irritated. Whoops. Oh, I'm showing off DMs. I didn't know I was gonna do all that. All right. Never mind. I gotta like figure out a way to do that in a different way. Um, but uh, I ended up messaging her, and then she was just like, we have to put the creation back into we have to make we got to put the creation back into the content creator. We got to make content. We got to put creation and content back into content creation. And that's became, I was like, you know what? I want to make this a slogan. I want to make this like a thing that like a hashtag basically that I want to push out there, because of the fact that like that's one thing that I truly feel like this space needs is creation and like content being put out there. So it's funny that like, again, that whole conversation happened on Saturday, and then this just happened yesterday.
I agree. Also, thank you so much, Hashira, for the raid.
All right, so there was another like I gotta find the questions, because it's a lot of the questions that are things that just kind of like popped in here that just made it.
Somebody that's gonna come up here and be like saying like big bad curse words and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or
let's see.
you just mean nothing. And
okay, so this is when talking about the early era.
New collaboration tools. This is like a new thing and all that kind of stuff. But I think the Twitch of now is definitely different from the Twitch of last year, and even more different from the Twitch of the years before. How have you seen streaming change over the years?
Oh man. So I've been on a platform 2014, August 1st, 2014, I started taking things very serious. I was streaming a little bit before that, but the way that the platform has changed, like I could tell you intricate things, and then I could tell you like overall things. So I'll tell you like maybe 2 intricate things.
I did.
Okay.
Here's one that's very intricate that you may not know. So back
also, I did not know Ash was this new to like being a content creator. She started in 2019. I did not know that. I thought she'd been around longer than that. But then again, CJ calls himself ancient. I'm like an eldritch being at that point. Just saying that out there. I didn't know that though.
There was no Twitch affiliate that never existed. It was just Twitch partner or you're nothing. Like you just mean nothing. And before that, we didn't have quality options.
I didn't even hear you, Hino. Your mic was muted.
So,
I'm gonna add.
Uh-oh.
Once.
How come I did not see that pop up? Yeah, we gotta. You know what? We gotta get that man Hino a sub button. Let's see. We gotta send Hino a sub. Unfortunately, I don't even know how to like. I gotta like do all these complicated things just to even get to that point. Not you resubbing, sir. I was going to gift you a sub. Save your money.
He's posh. I'll go try tomorrow.
He was about to do it. Look, he's about to get hit with 3 different subs. He's about to get hit with 2 subs. He would have had it for the next 3 months. Let me know when it's over too. Actually, I should be able to see it.
I mean, I'm back now. Oh, I don't know when the ads go over now. I'm out.
Okay. I can't even see, because usually I would have that thing at the bottom that would show the countdown for how long it's going to last for. All right. Thank you, AIC1, for saying thank you, I guess. No. Anyways. All right. Let's get back to it.
Once you reach a certain amount of viewership, they put you in this bracket or pool of other streamers. I think it used to be like top 10,000 streamers or something like that. And it'll turn your stream off. Like your stream cuts off and then comes back on with quality options. So like 1080, 720, whatever. So it turns it off and then puts it on. And it's every single stream. It does that. Every single stream.
Yeah.
So Broken On and VOD. here's another specific how things have changed. The emote count sucked. Terrible. Like you needed, because there was no gift subs, there was no sub points, there was none of that. It was just one person comes by, subs for $5, and that's it. Right? The emote process was terrible. If you had 100 subs, like meaning 100 people subscribed on their own, that unlocked 8 emotes. And then after that, the next threshold was 250. So you needed 150 more people to subscribe on their own. And then that gave you like a total of 15. So the emote culture, it was terrible. Now you have 68 emotes for 3 subs, which is great. I love it. But so that's like 2 intricate things. Just a little blast from the past there that has changed and improved for sure. But more general things, I see a lot more black streamers. That is dope. Because when I first got on here, I was like, yo, is it just me? What's going on? Like, where's everybody at? Like, I'm like, yo, can I find a brother outside of NBA 2K, please? Is anybody? Where's everybody at? So yeah, there was a lot of that going on. So that's changed, which is great, improved for sure. What else has changed? The obviously adding the affiliate program, which I have a little gripe, Ash, that I just remembered.
Yeah, tell me about it.
A little gripe.
Speak it true.
So have you heard about the change that they're making with monetizing everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. I think it's great. Let everybody come on, you know what I mean? Monetize your content. Have a chance at it. That's great. I like it. Do you know, ironically, that I see affiliates complaining about it? Did you know? Oh, this makes our affiliate program not relevant. So I'm going to tell you something that I find so interesting is because partners had that stance when the affiliate program came out. They were like, oh, my partner, but I don't mean nothing. They don't mean nothing. And I remember I was like, yo, why y'all tripping? Let everybody get a chance to monetize their content. What's going on here? Like, what? Like, I just want people to understand someone else shining does not dim your light. Like, it was, you're
Thank
still
you.
good.
Tell them. Say it louder. Tell them.
Like, you're still good, right? So for me to see affiliates do that now to others, it's like, oh, looky here. So I just wanted to voice that gripe real quick. Stop doing that. Let everybody monetize. It doesn't, people earning revenue on their channel does not affect you. Like like, what's wrong with you? So yeah, that I just wanted to put that out. But that was also something that has changed, the affiliate program. And when that first came out, it was very bare bones. They didn't even have badges. You were on Twitch at the time, Ash? In 2017?
No, I started streaming in March of 2019. I actually just celebrated 6 years of streaming on the 9th.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. All right, happy Annie. But
thank you.
Yeah, that's dope. Damn, yeah. You getting old. All right. Cool. Nah, I'm almost double that. I'm ancient. But
he's ancient. What am I?
I'm here like just thinking about all the different things that has changed. I just wanted to kind of give a few like little things here and there. I could go on and on honestly about all the things that have changed. But sub points didn't exist, gifted subs didn't exist, Twitch bits didn't exist. These are all things that were added all along the time to help monetize. Share chat did we're all a part of it. Share chat didn't exist. All of this stuff didn't exist. And it's all to I want to say all. Most of it is to better the streamers.
Yeah.
Because I do have another gripe.
Please tell me.
Can we abolish these 50-50s, please?
Yeah.
Can we abolish the 50-50? Like, I get it, but I don't. I would love to abolish, I would love that. I would love for everybody to increase their revenue splits for everybody, not just because I see a lot of people who are on 70-30s splits For anybody that doesn't know, Twitch takes 50% of your revenue at a base pay for per sub. And you have opportunities that you can increase this through a Partner Plus. Well, I don't think it's called Partner Plus anymore. I think it's just called Plus program.
Yeah, it's called Plus program.
That you can earn up to 70%. And honestly, like 50% is crazy, y'all. 50% is crazy, y'all. Like, I didn't give it any thought when I first started years and years ago. But I don't see enough people with higher sub splits like advocating for this, like for others. You know, that like the premium contract has been a blessing. I've been very open about having a premium contract, but I've also like been advocating behind the scenes, like, yo, bro, why doesn't everybody have this? Like, I just feel like everybody should monetize the most from their content. That's so huge to me, is everybody getting the max value.
Yeah.
I just feel like it'll be good for the entire streamer ecosystem.
I also think it would be great for the entire stream.
Does this count as content creation? It's rehashing a conversation that I had. So in a sense, it can be, because of the fact that, one, it is reacting, but it's just like this adds on to the conversation that I had. And plus, I wanted to have this conversation with Heno too. So yes, this does count as content creation. It's just like being a joint conversation. I know you're busting balls, but I'm just like, it does in a sense, because it's like not only are we reacting, but it's I wanted Heno in on the conversation when I was talking with JP about it too, but he was busy at the time. So it's like now I'm able to have that conversation, and this just so happened to be a part of the other be about the same thing too. So yeah, this does count as content creation though, and I'm giving Heno a chance to hear it too, because I don't think he listened to it yesterday. Did you?
No, I didn't have a chance to.
Yeah, so it's just it all kind of like falls in line with that whole thing, because again, CJ was originally going to be a part of this too. Like, I literally told him, I was just like, I would bring up that conversation where I was talking to him about it. As a matter of fact, I can do this. I can just show it from my phone. That way I ain't got to go through other conversations. Let's see. I gotta go back. All right, so as y'all can kind of somewhat see, you might be able to see where I was asking Kim right there. The text that's just kind of like hard to see, but it's like that's literally me asking just your definition of what a content creator is to be. And then that's him responding. He was just like, do you want it typed or what? And I was just like, yeah, you can type it. I was like, if you want to actually pop up and say it, you can. And he was just like, oh yeah. He was just like, yeah, just let me know. And so, like, literally, we were going to have this conversation at some point in time, and this just happened to happen first. So I'm just like, we ain't even got to have the conversation. You answered the question already now. So I was like, I can just go over that.
Streamer ecosystem. There's so many broadcasts out there. You know, we hear this a lot, CJ, that only like the top, if you stream and you have more than 3
Let me see if I can find. There was like another thing that I wanted to.
With them.
This is where he touches on that, I think.
What it takes to get paid.
You about to bring up something crazy, Ash.
I am. Oh, we need to talk about it. I want to hear you.
Say it again.
Finish what you're saying.
I'm just gonna come off cam for a minute, but I'm here.
Okay, I'll do this, and then when you pop back up, just let me know, and I'll make it appear again.
And then, cause you know what the hot topic is at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's talk about it. But I think it is very, very, very important for us to share what that looks like for creators. Like, if people ask me, Ash, what did you get paid to do X, Y, and Z? I'm very open with them and tell them, hey, I got paid this, I got paid that. Make sure you go for yours, because if we are all making sure that we're getting paid something that's equitable, then we're all gonna win. Because like if somebody's getting undercut, and then like a brand goes to them like, oh, they'll do it for that much. I paid this person 10 times that amount, but they're gonna do it for that much. Now I know next time I go out to somebody, I'm half what the initial offer is. So we need to continue to talk about that. What do you think?
All right. Yeah, that is true. All right. On the topic of sponsorships, now I am I'm not like super updated on everything. And Ash, I don't know if you remember me saying this. Do you remember at all of me speaking about HyperX?
Here it is.
Ooh, yeah, I remember. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so just on the topic of these companies and
The crazy thing is,
sponsorships and these
all right.
like,
So the
rising
real, hold on,
stars,
pause it.
I am.
So the real fucking crazy thing is, bro, is that I was with him on the HyperX and the Tilted Nation fucking journeys.
I was there too.
I was with him on both of those processes. Both went through the same bullshit. That Tilted Nation was some real fuck shit, but we ain't even gonna.
He doesn't even mention them.
Yeah.
He goes deep into
know.
about the whole
I
HyperX
know.
one.
Oh,
But I was like, I remember what he said about Tilted Nation.
Show.
Like they were putting him in commercials and everything, and they were not trying to pay him whatsoever. Like they had him, like he was literally there. They're literally like how like Cloud is like Final Fantasy's like main mascot. Like CJ was their main person for Tilted Nation, and they were not trying to pay this man nothing for that. But listen to what he says. Because you guys remember what I was saying about how these companies are using people for free advertisement. Go ahead and listen.
stuff that's happening. You're sipping tea, okay?
I am. It's a peach tea. It's really good too.
It's really good too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that first of all, so we're gonna break this down in terms of basketball because people like saying shooting your shot. Okay. All right. So first of all, I like shooting my shot that's close to the basket. I like having a good field goal percentage. So give me layups and dunks. Give me those. A lot of y'all like shooting full court shots that you have absolutely no chance of making. Some of y'all are outside the building.
I'm not finna shoot no dumb shit and have motherfuckers looking at me crazy for what?
Because of this is what creates disappointment.
Look like fucking
right?
Steph Curry.
You set unrealistic goals. Joining a competition with 5,800 people and
thank you.
Yo, Rising Star is crazy.
What the fuck was?
No. Listen to what he says though. Listen to this.
When they know this already.
Niggas thought they was gonna blow up, and that's unrealistic.
No. Listen to what he's saying.
And because of this is what creates disappointment, right? You set unrealistic goals. Joining a competition with 5,800 people and yo, Rising Star is crazy. These people already know who's gonna win. They know this already. They know this. And I have taken part in a Rising Star competition for HyperX, right? And
what's going on, Lord have mercy. But remember how I was saying there was a former member in it. And he's back. He was a former member that was already a part of Luminosity, and he's taking place in this Rising Star thing. And they went from, he said like it was like at least like 6,000 people that was in it, and they got down to 100, and now they're down to 50, and I'm quite sure next week at some point in time they're gonna be down to 25. Let's just see if he keeps moving on. I already said his name. But like that's who I'm betting is probably going to go super far with it. If not,
next I would ask if they ever took a hiatus.
Well, it's not even if they took a hiatus or whatever the case may be. It's just like, remember how CJ said they already know who they want to win it.
Yes. So you finna take a fucking sabbatical, and we can have this presentation of your grand rising, grand return, whatever the fuck.
But again,
the expense of all these other motherfuckers promoting it. Like that's That's wrestling. I keep telling motherfuckers all this shit is wrestling.
But wrestling it's a storytelling thing. It's like they're crafting a story, a narrative, and they want you. They're taking you on a journey. With this, they're not taking you on a journey.
Motherfuckers on a journey.
It's not taking us on a journey. It's
if he wins. How is that not a storyline?
It's not really a storyline though necessarily. It's again like it's
Shit.
it's because it's like everyone else that's taking part in this think they actually have a chance. It's not like they know. Like at the end of the day with wrestling, a lot of them know what's going to happen. They get a heads up. They're just acting it out.
Some of them find out what they're doing when they get to the arena. Not
I mean,
everybody's privy.
but like they generally have an idea of what's going to happen. A lot of these other people have no idea. They're literally competing
How
and they're
many
just
people do you think in the Royal? How many? All right, so each Royal Rumble has one winner. How many different people are one privy to the actual winner, and two are told that they might win as a misdirect?
I mean, I don't know. I've never been like I don't know.
Thing is wrestling, bro.
I don't get that deep into wrestling. That's why I was like but like it's like but I also feel like they let some people actually know like, hey, this is gonna be the story that we're gonna be telling, and then like they let like and on top of that like they know where they're supposed to be at for certain things to happen too, like in the ring, like they plan that out. Like they tell them like, okay, you gotta obviously all roads lead to wrestling, you know,
Platforms in certain places to be at the right time.
but that's what I'm saying. Like they know like, okay, you're going to lose and we want you to be like right here, and then you guys just finish it out this way. Like, you know, this is how you're going to.
That. They don't even have to tell them that. That don't even have to be the bait.
But no, I'm just saying like, but that's like
you'll get promo. You'll get a retweet. That's enough. That's enough for a lot of people.
But no, what I'm referring to is just like that whole thing when Drew McIntyre was upset about how he got eliminated because of the fact that he was saying that so and so. It wasn't off cam. I mean, it was off cam, but it was just like it was because of the fact that other people were taking the spotlight and it wasn't supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
Which means that they know ahead of time how that's supposed to play out, and they're supposed to be at a certain place in certain location at that point in time so that it plays out by the script, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they know generally they're part of this. They're part of the wheel that's turning. They're cogs in that wheel that's turning to lead to the victory. But at the exact same time,
the only difference is with wrestling, they gotta tell the motherfucker that's gonna lose that they gotta lose. They don't have to do that in this thing. They just make motherfuckers wait for the next list every week.
But that's what I'm saying.
Tell you losing.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't know. That's not
better than wrestling.
That's not better than like. I hate that you're actually comparing this to wrestling, though. I really do,
bro. Look, you're looking at it from
the creator's aspect
eyes of the wrestler.
I'm not looking at it from the eyes of the wrestler.
From the eyes of the booker. I get to do all this shit without telling very many people anything.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's not necessarily you're saying it's better than wrestling. I'm saying that's worse because the fact that it's like you're comparing it to, but like that again, the people that are competing think they actually have a chance. In wrestling, they're
the standpoint of the booker. I get to have you compete without even telling you that you're going to lose.
I know that.
I'm already putting over who I'm gonna put over. I ain't even gotta let you know that you doing this shit for nothing.
And that's what I'm pointing out.
In fact, I hope you don't know.
That's what I'm also pointing out. Like most people don't know. Like
but I'm saying.
But
once you get,
we are saying the same thing, but it's just like people like that's what I'm getting at is that this is like how trash it is. Wrestling, I don't consider trash because it's like being a part of like a soap opera.
You don't consider it trash because you understand the kayfabe.
Well, I'm not even comparing the kayfabe or any of that. The way I'm looking at it is that I understand that what they're physically feeling is real. But what they're telling a story, they're not telling a story with putting people through this contest. They're literally like, I'm looking at it from the point of view of the content creators. They're being strung along and used. A lot of wrestlers, they're getting paid for that. That's why I'm saying like they're like wrestlers are getting paid to do this. Content creators, they're not getting paid for anything. If anything, they're being used. That's where my issue is.
I'm telling you I'm talking about from the perspective of the booker. Their storyline is whatever the fuck happened with this person, they took a break. They are now back. We have a whole Rising Star challenge for the multitude of people to try to publicize us while we already have this person in the ranks, in the rating. You said the nigga didn't even have 100 followers.
No, I'm talking about that was somebody else that already lost, but they made it to the top 100.
Very well been a bot. Like,
No, they weren't. They're not a bot. They actually had a stream. Like they're a real person.
They have enough to where they don't even really need to move all the pieces. They put enough out to the pieces move themselves. I'm saying maybe stop being fucking pieces. Maybe don't bite at everything because everything that's glitters not gold. Maybe change. I'm just saying. Yes, it's fucked up, but what the fuck did the company owe anybody? What good grace did they build?
That's what I'm getting at. They're using so
all of these shit.
No, but no, Hino.
A contract, all of it's free publicity.
But Hino, but you're looking at it like because I'm saying take it out of wrestling and look at it from this point of view because wrestling is a show.
I'm looking at it as business and economics.
But it's exactly what Potsy's saying because of the fact that you're not looking at it at the right angle though.
Exploitation.
But you're not looking at it.
Yes, this is exploitation.
But listen to what I'm saying, Hino. You're looking at it like I get to control all this stuff. That's not exactly what's going on because at the end of the day, when you compare it to wrestling, the wrestlers are getting paid for it. These content creators aren't getting anything for it. And with the 9 times out of 10, what Luminati is going to turn around and do is go, all right, now look at the potential sponsorships so we can renegotiate our sponsorship contracts. So say, for example, like say they had a contract with what is it? Corsair, and they're like, okay, so all of our content creators get like a free like mouse, headset, and keyboard, and they also give them $25,000. Now, because of the fact that they are like, okay, look at all these people that are talking about us, this should be able to get us more money off all these other contracts that we actually have going on, or we might get a new sponsor. Like say they end up getting like a new sponsor out of like Monster or something like that, and now they're getting another $50,000. They're using us to get themselves more things. And what do we get for it?
Not everybody needs sponsorships to have a shot at making it.
I didn't say they needed. I'm talking about the company.
I was referring to Lord have mercy. CJ had very little sponsorships. CJ is very successful. You don't need these fucking companies. There are a handful of streamers on this platform that prove that you don't need companies. You can get it out the mud yourself.
And that's another thing is that a lot of people like coming in now, they don't know how to navigate the field properly. So they're just taking
very difficult.
They're just taking whatever they are getting their hands on.
That's another thing that adds on to content creation. Knowing this shit and knowing the struggle and doing this shit anyway. That's what I attribute. That's the tenacity that I talk about. That's the dedication that I talk about. That you know the fuck shit and decide to show up anyway.
Because again, like when
CJ work anyway.
When CJ came up, it was a different era. It like one, you did not have as much competition as you have now. Like you couldn't just literally click go live because OBS wasn't as functional as it is right now. You couldn't stream from a console directly from that era. Like it was, I think the PS4 was just coming out when CJ was coming up. And even then he was like, I think he got partnered within that year of like the PS4 being out and stuff like, well, matter of fact, when did the PS4 come out? Let's see. 2014. So yeah, that's when CJ first started taking streaming seriously. He was already streaming at that point in time. Nowadays, that's imagine hearing you for sure. I just imagine that it's so much harder to get it out of the mud when everyone else is trying to do the same thing nowadays. And that's what I'm saying, and that's what leads to the whole aspect of you actually, because a lot of people call themselves content creators, and they're not content creators, they're streamers, because all they do is just hit go live. Granted, a lot of people now are understanding the aspect that you have to be on multiple platforms and doing other things and whatnot, and they're kind of like you know, getting their clips onto like YouTube and going onto TikTok and getting their clips out there that way. Like even then, that's
But another
that's
thing I've
semi content
always
creator
agreed
ish.
another thing I've always agreed with CJ with is eventually the bullshit has to die down. Eventually,
But it's not.
the separation will be seen again.
It's not, because people aren't really having these talks, and that's the reason why I'm pushing this out there, so other people, like, at some point in time, we've got to get out of our own little corners and actually start having these discussions out in the open. And because otherwise that will be the case if we don't get out here and have these talks. That also, Shane, do you want to pop in if you're free to actually come in and talk? Because you were invited as well. Sorry that I went live later. Like I literally ate and I KO'd for like an hour longer than what I wanted to. But helping Poodle right now? Okay, you're all good. But like that's like these conversations need to be had because of the fact that this is what's going to like help other people get in on like understanding what's going on, because of the fact that it's just like a lot of people come into the content creation space and just like they're stumbling around, like they're in the dark, there's no flashlight, and they're just kind of like, whoa, like, okay, oh, there's a table right here. Like they're bumping into things, they're doing things, and they're just understanding everything while trying to be a content creator, while well starting out being a streamer and then learning as they go on. And they need the guidance of people that have been here, that have like know these things, and help them avoid the landmines, avoid the holes in the ground and stuff, so that they can like not fall and not fail, and then like keep getting up and moving on and stuff. So that's why I'm like, this right here is a prime example of that, because it's just like, especially how I personally feel about the Stream Elements things. I don't consider those sponsorships at all. Those are activations. Like they're I don't know. Like
That's some weirdo shits. Like, I would be looking at them hoes and I'd be like, I'm not like that fucking Marvel Snap one I did. That's another thing. Like, motherfuckers are not realistic with themselves.
Like I put out a whole video talking about that, because it's like, again, Stream Elements, I love that whole aspect of Stream Elements, and it's just like, you know, like they created a tool that works. It's amazing. It helps you like check your analytics, do all these different things. But when it comes to that sponsorship thing, that's what I'm just like, that ain't a real sponsorship, because it's like a real sponsorship, you're getting paid regardless of what's going on. Theirs is like, it's incentive based, and it's just
sponsorships. You're actually talking to someone.
Well, I mean, yeah, like it's like you're talking, like you're negotiating things, and then you do what is asked of you. So, like for example, like when I had when I did the sponsorship when I had with G2A, they said all you got to do is just put out a video, and we'll give you basically $100 voucher for yourself, and then two $50 ones, two $25 ones, and like four $5 ones, to do whatever that you want with it. All we're asking for you is to put out a video like talking about what we are and what we do. I said, oh, for real? Bet. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Did it. They gave it to me. It didn't matter how many views it got. They just wanted a video out there. So I did it. I got it. Now what Stream Elements does is like, they want you to stream the game. They want you to hit, oh snap.
Yo, C1, I'ma holler at you, bro. I feel like I'm on the cusp of involvement in some.
No, you good.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Hold on, let me permit. That's what I was thinking.
It's just,
there you go. Now you can redo it again.
Entirely. I wish we would have. I feel like I might have had more information for you if we'd have had this talk like next month. But I might be on the cusp of something similar that you're talking about, and I'm gonna holler at you off stream because.
Oh boy. Hi PT. No raid message, but hey, get dumped on.
Damn.
What's going on? Yo, funny how I have the
I
The
need to
King Dumper
gauge.
right here. King Dumper. I always give Hendo this name, so it's funny that that is the raid message get dumpered on. And there's King Dumper right there, the dumper dropper himself.
I need to gauge the dedication of the other people in it before I really bring it to you. But yeah, there go Tanjiro throwing this shit.
What's going on, Shiny
But we gonna
and Bear Witch?
it's,
Welcome
it's
in.
really funny that of the timing of all of this, we might actually be on to some shit.
Back on that wild hunt. I had to take a little. I have to take a small little break from Monster Hunter right now, just because PT. I am glad that you actually showed up because as someone that one navigates this space in such a way. Granted, I don't want like if you need to go get up and go do something, by all means, go ahead and go do what you got to do. Um, but you navigate this space in such a way that one helps people understand their place, and I think I'm beginning to get more and more into the field of where I need to be at. Because you were the one that actually put me onto the panel, and I feel like me talking, and I feel like that's kind of like opened up that this side of me that's just like, nah, I gotta get out there. I gotta say this now. I'm. It's gotten me more proactive in saying things now. So thank you for the raid. Go ahead, say it.
Don't get me tight, C1, because we slick talked about this shit at Dojo Con.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
You know what the fuck we talked about at Dojo Con.
I've had so many different talks now, and you have to refresh me now.
Your agency, your IRL agency.
Oh, how I need to become, yeah, and how I need to do that. And I feel like that's what it's kind of leading me in that, in all honesty, I feel like it's kind of like leading me in that direction more and more. Because it's just like, I have, again, for those that don't know, I have been on this platform since 2010. If you click my name, you'll see that I made my account on December 24th, 2010. That was before Twitch was Twitch. It was still Justin TV. I've come back again, back when it was Twitch, secured my name, and then started exploring, fiddling around, streamed a little bit here and there, and then I started streaming, but then also I started working at the post office back in 2014. So that's where I took like a long hiatus. I would do like little streams here and there, because like I couldn't have a consistent schedule because of the fact that they had me on the schedule that I'm kind of working now, where it's like 12-ish hours every so often. But like I was working too much back then to consistently stream all the time. But then once I got a somewhat stable foundation, I started taking streaming a bit more seriously. I want to say that was probably like 2017, 28, like towards the end of 2018-ish, going into 2019-ish. Maybe I think it was 2017 going into 2018. And then 2018, 2019, like I was pretty consistently streaming and just like building my name and stuff. And as you guys can see, I don't quite exactly have that success that I would want to have, which is leads to my frustrations. But this era that we're currently in right now is an era that I want a lot of people to awaken from. It's because it's like I remember, like thinking back on it, I remember how this field was like years ago, like early 2000. 13, 14, 15. I remember all that. I was at the very first TwitchCon. I've only missed one TwitchCon. I've missed TwitchCon that was in San Jose. I don't remember what year it was, but it was, I want to say that might have been 2018's TwitchCon. Because I did go to the last one before COVID happened. So I want to say it was either 2018 or 2017, one of those that I missed. But every other thing, I've been to it. I've been to a lot of PAX East. I've been to PAX South several times before that ended. I've not been to PAX West yet, but I've been to multiple different cons. I went to DreamCon. I've just been around the space, and I understand a lot of things. I might not be at the point of like being a successful streamer, as some people like to say. I don't have that check mark. Would I want it? Yes, absolutely. And I'm willing to sit down and have that discussion as to why I want it, because that also pops up in this video. If you guys don't know who AshSaidHi is or SenseiCJ, you should 100% definitely check them out. They are phenomenal content creators. They are also Twitch ambassadors. They are both partner. Obviously, you got to be a partner to be an ambassador. But they have navigated this space in such a way that, you know, inspires a lot of people around me, inspires myself. They have done amazing things. The very first panel that PT put together, but not PT put together, but well, PT put it together, but it wasn't the very first panel. It was the first panel that I was a part of at a convention at PAX East. AshSaidHi was a part of it as well, J-Rock and Phenomenon, which I had an amazing time doing that with them. Great content creators, great people all around. But being a part of that has like one sparked something in me, and then it's also got me saying like, you know what, I got to like be a bit more open. So funny enough, back on the last time I streamed, which was Saturday, I had the whole topic of what is a content creator. Just yesterday, these two had this phenomenal conversation, and funny enough, I asked CJ on that Saturday. I was like, "Yo, can I get a quote from you of what you consider a content creator to be, and do you feel like that word is being used a whole lot, being thrown around so much?" And literally, unbeknownst to them, they end up having this same talk, and it's just like this literally just confirms a lot of the stuff that I said, because I'm like, nowadays everyone's just like, oh, I'm a content creator, I'm a content creator, I'm a content creator, and all they do is just go live. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being a streamer, but you are not a content creator because of the fact that, you know, you're just streaming. Like, it's okay to be a streamer, do not get me wrong, but if you want to claim the mantle, the title of a content creator, you have to go a bit beyond, above and beyond that. You have to actually create. And I was saying,
work.
Yeah, and that's why I got back on the idea of using, like, I want to make this a hashtag of let's put the creation and the content back into content creator, because of the fact that I feel like that has lost its meaning. A lot of people are just going live, and even then when they go live, they're not necessarily like creating, they're reacting to content that already exists. Like, they'll, in a sense of what I'm doing right here, but with no feedback, no interjections, no input of their own. They're just kind of watching it and be like, yeah, I agree with that. And that's all they will say. And that's not.
And I'm not even going to knock that, because there is a place for vibes.
No, there's
vibes.
But like, that's what I'm saying. There is like, but like, if that's all you do, you're not necessarily creating, you're reacting.
No. Yeah, you are. They might say they creating a vibe, but
it's not
okay.
like,
I get it.
It's just like, it's like you're not really being a creator at that aspect of it. It's like pseudo creator, because it's just like you're creating a vibe, and hopefully you're creating a community that goes along with it, and it's just like you're feeding off the energy. Are reactions content? Yes, they are, but it's like, is that all you do? Is that all you want to be known for, is being the reactionary person? Because at that point, you're not really creating anymore. You're just reacting to people. Like, you're trend hopping, which also is another topic that pops up in this discussion. Is just like watching someone else's creativity. Yes, you're reacting. Like, so say for example, Kai put out a clip that blows up, and then you react to it because you're like, if I react to this,
oh my God, I was just talking to my coworkers about this randomly. Yes, motherfuckers on TikTok, bro, blowing up, making money and getting monetization off posting other motherfuckers' clips. People, money that is not going back to that creator. Money that is, hell, that creator might not even get any growth from that.
Yep. Like, say for example,
but you get to get Big Mac with the fries and the shake and the McFlurry because you posted that motherfucker content.
A prime example of this,
I just had that conversation on Tuesday.
is Haktua Girl.
Whoa.
The thing about it,
she ain't something. Never mind.
No,
she ain't hawk not one tour.
I hate
she
that.
Started podcasting, and she started. She put a coin out or something, but she ain't hawk not one tour.
But the thing is that the guys that created the content, they didn't get a lick of that. She was basically saying that they owe, like, they owe her.
Oh, royalties? That's hilarious.
Like, they were saying like she blew up more than they did, and like I remember watching a video about them.
She did.
What was it? Was it earlier this year? It was like last year. Like I ended up like somebody put them on a podcast, and they were just like, yo, like, these are the guys that actually interviewed her and stuff. And they were like, it's funny how that story came out. Like, so complete tangent here, because I'm actually going to talk about this now that we brought this up.
But I ain't even gonna cap. I like reactors.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I like reactors.
Like-
I watch them predominantly on YouTube.
I do the exact same thing, but like
I guess that's kind of like just my YouTube thing though. Like I don't really watch.
sometimes they put me on to like a lot of things that I would have known about. Like sometimes there's a guy that I'm like watching like that popped up in my feed one time, and I'm like it was a video that I wanted to hear about, and I'm just like, oh, he's reacting to it, so I was like, I guess I'll just watch his video, because for whatever reason he didn't link the actual video that he was reacting to in his like thing, which I feel like you should always do that. Like if you're reacting to somebody's content or if you're using somebody's content, you should actually like tag where that content came from within your description, because I might not want to listen to like you interrupting the video every 5 seconds to say something, because again, that's fair. Like if you're actually like truly reacting and adding colorful commentary or just like describing different things into it, you are content creating at that point, because you're interjecting your own thing into it. Like in a sense, it's pseudo. Like it's partially there.
Like I watch movie reactors. I watch music reactors.
But that falls into the idea of like if they're reacting to movies, and like they're a critic at that point, because it's just like you might not be a critically known critic, like you might not be well known, but you're still like you're reviewing. Like people do that all the time with games. Like you're consuming it, and then you're giving your summary of like what's going on, and then you're also kind of like, you know, putting your thoughts into it. Like that's it's not.
These motherfuckers is just streaming watch parties.
Yeah, and then at that point, I actually brought that up on Saturday too. It's like I remember I was because what I often do is that like
the Discord. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
No, you're absolutely right.
What to do?
But like,
I can't tell nobody. I thought that shit was. I thought we couldn't do that shit anyway. I would have been watching fucking anime if I knew that. I would have streamed my whole fucking One Piece journey if I knew we could have did that shit.
But you're not allowed to. That's the thing. But like, what I was getting at was that like
getting it off.
I know they are, because it's like as I'm about to say right now, I often leave my computer on.
Wild shit in the past couple months. They're getting it off.
No, like listen to this. I leave my computer on. I will pull up all my friends, and then I'll like, you know, so I can give them a lurk, and then like I'll go off to bed. I'll go to work, and my account body gets thrown into all kinds of different chats. I remember waking up one day, and I'm just like, all right, let me get to work on some stuff. So I'll pull up the thing. I'm like, all right, let me go pull up and see like who's live right now, so I can just give them a lurk. I pull up one thing, and I'm like, okay, this person went offline, so let me go ahead and pull up somebody else. And then I look at this other thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in somebody's stream. Is this a One Piece? Yeah, they watching One Piece. Interesting. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me look into this a little bit more.
Face cam.
No, they had a face cam. They had a mic.
Ooh.
But they were in the corner of the room sleeping, and they said,
Huh.
They said, and I quote, "Support-a-thon."
Yeah.
I need money to pay for my internet because it's going to be shut off in 3 days.
You were it's streaming
and I am showing One Piece. If you want me to go live at the end of the week, you have to donate this amount so that I can continue making content. I'm like, you're not making content. You're watching One Piece. You're not making content.
It is though. I don't respect that. Because motherfuckers ain't grinders for real. You want to know what the fuck I'm doing when I'm not adhering to my stream schedule? I'm out in the fucking streets Ubering so I can make fucking ends meet between check. I'm not sitting in front of my computer hoping a motherfucker subs to me. That's a completely different mentality that a lot of motherfuckers ain't even thought about.
And that's where I'm frustrated, because it's just like, that's this current era of streaming right now, is that they see that money aspect and they're just like, oh, yo, I seen so-and-so get an entire bill paid because they went live and asked for it. I'm like, look.
Yeah, wait for it.
I'm not even on that type of time. Like, and I get it. Sometimes some people actually just have like an unfortunate circumstance, like you just lost your job and it was not a part of the cards, and you're just like, all right, the only thing that I can do to supplement that is like I gotta go live. But like, and they do like a long marathon and they stream a whole lot because it's just like I know if I get that ad revenue, some people might pull up and see like, oh, I'm in a bad situation and I need to like I can get behind that because like you were working at first and then out of nowhere you get laid off. And then you're just like, okay, I'm also be looking for a job, but until I get that job, I know I can stream to like make some income so I can take care of some things. I can support that.
I ain't gonna cap. This ain't 2020. I don't know anybody that should come into that shit with this fucking thought.
What, like, I mean, I'm gonna use Z for an example.
That's when it was bitches and bottles and stimmies was flowing.
Yeah, people like, but like,
that's not 2025, baby.
No, but only reason why I'm saying that is because I'm gonna use Z for an example because Z literally he had his job and then he ended up losing it and then he was like, you know what? I got to make some form of income. So like he was streaming a lot of hours to the point that like he would fall asleep while streaming, but like he was also putting in that work. He has a job now. So like it's not like he was just doing like he was just like I'm just going to go full time. It's just like he was putting in that work, but he would stream a ton and then, you know, get some of those necessary things taken care of because there's some dope people in the community that will help out with that and stuff like that. So I'm just like there are some people that, you know, justifiably do need the help. And then there's just other people that are just kind of like, all right, you know, like at least he's streaming and actually like making content. He's like playing a game. He's playing it like he was like doing a lot of Tekken, ranking up and throughout the online aspect of it. He's not sitting here just streaming One Piece or Dragon Ball Z or something like that while he's just sitting over in the corner watching it. He's actually like playing a game, putting in some work, colorful commentary, and just there.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If you need a bill paid and you have a driver's license and a working plug,
you can go DoorDash
on Twitch,
and you can go Uber.
Go live on Twitch. You are wasting your fucking time.
No, like yeah, like I get that. Like
go Uber.
Yeah, see, like, but like Z doesn't have a car, so it's like
Twitch is damn near. Streaming on Twitch is damn near my reward after getting to it, and that's work. That's the fucked up mindset of the content creator. You reward yourself with more work.
How do you think I feel since 2014?
Exactly. You get it.
I've been living it.
My reward for busting my ass is more work.
But you don't really view it necessarily as work. You view it as this is
mindset, baby.
Like you're viewing it in the sense of like this is what I want to do. Therefore, let me put effort into it because maybe one day it might pop off, and then I get to do this full time, and then avenue transition to something else. Like that's what that.
I could have been like, fuck, I ain't even try.
Yeah,
I gave up. I not full transparency. My numbers aren't the greatest right now, but
mine ain't either.
Would be giving up on the people that asked for me where was I at when I was gone.
And see now you're starting to now you're viewing it from the point of view that I view it as, like, because I've done so many things. I attempted to go to college, but I was like, I hate school, so therefore I dropped out. I've done so many different things that I've like started, but then I'm just like, you know what, this ain't for me. Streaming, it's where I feel comfortable at. It's where I feel myself. It's where I've actually had the most growth in who I am as a person. It's where I've learned so much. It's where I've developed some great friendships. As much as I like to fight and argue with you, I truly cherish my friendship with you because it's just like it feels like a brother friendship. And like there's so many things that I've gotten from this, and I'm like, if I was to quit and give up on this and just let it go, I would be letting Heno down. I would be letting CJ down. I would be letting J-Rock down. I'd be letting Rexy down. Like if I just stopped making content without saying anything, there would be so many people that would just be like, dang, where'd C1 go? Dang. And it's just like, and ultimately, not even just the fact that I'm like letting these people down and just all that they've given to me and like things that they've like invested time and effort into, I had to be letting myself down because of the fact that I started this and I've been doing it for so long. Why not get to that goal that I've always been wanting to seek? I want that satisfaction to say, I have gone and done everything that I possibly could, and now I see that check mark. Am I done? No, because there's other things that I've like
Fuck no.
grown and learned to do that I'm like, there's still more that I can do, that I can
Now I gotta
give.
help. Now I gotta start helping other motherfuckers.
Well, it's not even that I gotta help other people out. It's just like I just feel like
Feel the need to.
exactly like that's where I'm at. Like already, I'm at that point. Like I might not have that check mark, but I'm like I feel so compelled to like give people a foot, not necessarily in the door, but in the right direction to like just go see what they are inspired to do and see where it goes. Like I want to see people just take off with doing what they're doing, and that's why Hannah was saying like, you know, you should create a talent agency because so many people are like, look, you see things, how things operate, and you see how things move and all this different that and this and that. And I'm like, but before I even can do that, I got to get that check mark.
You would have probably saved a lot of people time promoting this bullshit.
But my thing is that I got to get that check mark. I have to do that. Why do I have to do it? Because if I did it, that means I understand how it
It's
works.
leverage.
And I can say that I've built this not by myself, but like I've learned how to do these things, and I can teach somebody else how to do it. And if I can teach somebody else how to do it,
1,000% leverage.
Yep.
In this business, you need leverage. You
And
need leverage to make shit move.
yep. And that's why it's just like my goal, like that. And now I'm
Why
understanding.
I still need it.
Yep.
I got some change. I got some change to affect in this fucking world, and I'm trying to do it. God damn it! I just gotta fucking I just gotta cross this shit first.
And that's exactly it. And that's why I'm just like, I can't exactly give up on doing this because it's just like I understand me now. Like I'm like as I keep going through this and going through this process, it's just like I understand myself now. I understand what it is that I need to do for me to get there. I have to achieve this check mark. Once I get the check mark, then I can start like talking to other people and just like because people don't take you seriously until you actually have something that they want. So in businesses, they look at that, they're like, "Oh, you're a streamer, you're a content creator. Okay, cool. Oh, you're partnered. Okay, so that means that you actually are seriously. Therefore, I can actually put in that effort to actually like invest in you and see what you're trying to do, where you're willing to go, and then things can start happening. So I understand that aspect. And again, that question pops up in here. People are just like, I want the check mark just because I want to have it. Yes, I want to have it because it's just like it shows my dedication, it shows my effort. But there's also other things that I want to do, and I want that leverage.
I needed to get to unlock the next fucking level of work.
Yeah.
Just to unlock the next level of work.
In all honesty, yeah.
Yo, listen, they gonna hit you up.
But
They gonna be
back
like,
to the rising star thing.
real nice. They butter you up. You know what I mean? You be like, oh wow, this company really cares. Wow. You gonna give them all the free promo that they want. You gonna give them everything. You gonna give them everything. You give them everything that they want, and they're just like, yeah, we already know who's gonna win. It ain't gonna be you, but we'll take the promo though, right? So they're getting all of this promo, right? And so just to break it down, I was a part of one of these Rising Star competitions back in I think 2021, and had I known who was going to be a part of this, I would have never joined. I'd be like, I don't got a shot. But they personally hit me up. They emailed me and they're like, hey, you know, we're starting this campaign. You know, if you win, we'll bring you to I think like Vegas or something. And you know, and they're buttering me up. So brother's feeling good. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Right. So, you know, and mind you, all this time I've been, you know, I was doing like several campaigns with them. I had like I took over their Twitch channel. I took over their Twitter. And if you guys don't know who HyperX is, it's like a peripheral gaming company, headphones, mics. A lot of the RGB mics you guys see as HyperX. Anyway, so I'm doing like campaigns with them. I did like a commercial with them, I think for Facebook. Like I did a whole bunch of stuff with them. Through all of it, I got paid one time. Okay, let's start there. And but still, I'm like, okay, let me, you know, talk to this company and see what's going on. I get the runarounds. I started realizing they're not trying to pay me. They're not. So this last push was for this Rising Star stuff. And I think it's like 20 people, I think. And basically what they do is, it's the same thing that's happening now. with I can't remember the company. Is it Illuminati or something like that? Illuminati, some shit. But
Luminosity, yeah, Luminosity.
Oh, I thought it was Illuminati. But besides that, though, so we have the Rising Star campaign thingy, which is what this is, as you can see, it's a common theme that they love doing. They love doing the Rising Star. You're such a star.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna pause it so I can drag in Shane. I'm about to try to screen capture Shane too. Hello there, Shane.
Peekaboo.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I am here, and I am getting out a conversation I feel like that needs to be had.
Yeah, don't pause for me. Let them continue.
Oh no, I'm just making sure that they wanted to see you. Make sure you didn't have to say anything yet. Plus, I gotta like adjust the camera for Hano too. I didn't know if you wanted to be seen or not.
Heck no, I don't want to be seen. My face out here. I haven't streamed in like a week and a half. What do you mean? Don't look at me. I'm ugly right now.
Wow. Okay. Whatever. Also, I don't know if you two have actually interacted before. Hano, meet Shane. Meet Hano.
Interacted in chats, yes. What's good, man? He muted.
Hey.
That's all right.
Hey, what's good?
All right, I'm about to hit play now.
So basically, you have to get the most votes. That's what it was. You have to get the most votes for like once per day. Your community has to get together and they just all sum it up. That being said, once I saw who was on it, there's no rising stars here. These are all established creators, all of them. I don't have a shot in the dark. Like, what are you talking about? Like, there's like 500, but this is how it is though in all of these programs. So it's even worse with what's happening now. It's even worse because it's a bigger pool. It's 5,800. Mine was just 20. There's just 5,800. And how do you even go through all of those applications that quickly? There's no way you can thoroughly check people's content out that fast. There's no way. There's no way. So they already knew who they wanted. You understand what I'm saying? I thought maybe I could sneak in like number 5, but I mean, because Ash, there's people on there, like they're chilling with 500K on all platforms.
Yeah.
Rising Star, where?
Right.
What are you talking about? How is this a rising? What are we talking about? So
now I get what you're saying. Yes. Okay.
So for them, business-wise, they're saying, oh, we can get free promo. We already know you're going to win, but we're getting free promo for this program. And we can have you a part of the team now where you give us some more promo. So this is all business-wise. Like, we know what's up. We know what's going on.
Yeah.
But, I had to experience that to learn, like, oh, the fight is fixed. This is, I don't got a shot. Now, here's the funny thing, right? This company hit me up on Twitter after they found out the results that I wasn't top 5. And then they were like, yo, I'll be lying if I said I didn't want you to win. I'm like, what? You could just sponsor me. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Sponsor me then. What?
Yeah.
So, like, this is how, they'll keep you reeled in. So, yeah, I say that to say they want you to be a billboard. That's it. That's all they want. They want you to be a billboard for free. They'll give you a little code. They give you, they give you some product, every blue moon. And then, they pat you on the butt until you get ahead. Go on your way. So that's how they sponsorships work. I wanted you to give kind of the full landscape of some of the things I experienced with this company. This is how it is. This is how it is.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Hold on, I'm gonna drink some of my tea. Okay. I totally understand what you mean by a rising star is a misnomer now. Absolutely. Because how could you be established and in the streaming space for years, for some of these people, they're already partner. they've been doing this for years, but then call it a rising star. And then that kind of perpetuates the if I have a certain amount of viewership, is my community less of a rising star style community because I have a certain kind of viewership versus somebody who might have very high numbers, right? So I get it, because like if somebody is like a partner and maybe their viewership, but let's just throw out a number, let's say their average views is like 100, right? Is that a rising star versus somebody, you know, and this partner has been around for, let's say, like 6 or 7 years, but their average viewership right now is at 100. Is that person a rising star? Are they in this competition as a rising star? Does that make sense?
Though, Ash, the thing is, Ash, I wasn't going up against the 100s. Like, I wish I was. I would have had a chance. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to fix it.
going
I'm sorry.
up
I'm trying to fix it.
thousands.
No, you good. You good.
Yeah.
Like everybody, heavy hitters.
Right.
Where I'm like, yo, what? Like with connections, this is such a who you know game. You know this. Like
yeah. So that's what like
who you know game.
So specifically with this new this new scenario that's going on right now, right? Like I feel like I've seen people within the whole gamut, right? People who have been streaming for years, people who are partner, people who maybe they're brand new, but I guess maybe we should scrutinize the term rising star, because that's what they're calling it. But if you've been a partner, you're doing this for years, why are you like a part of the consideration, right? Like it really should be people who are genuinely new, or I don't know. I guess that they should have some more clarity on that, right?
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like, because for me, I don't necessarily equate how long you've been streaming, because for me that doesn't equal success. A lot of this game too is luck. There's a lot of luck in this, right? So like, I look at examples like, let's say like I don't know, like Jay-Z or something. Like Jay-Z, he didn't get put on until like later on in his life. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to think of more examples. And I'm sure you guys could think of.
No, but you're right. Yeah, like there's some like, okay, for my wrestling fans out there, Joe Hendry, who's been doing this for over a decade.
There you go. And
that's a perfect
right now.
Now it's popping. But he's not. He's been somebody that's been doing this for over a decade.
But to us, he knew though. Like,
right.
Like somebody who didn't know him, he's new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's new. So that's that. But that's how it is, right? So a lot of times you got to be in front of the right eyes. So that I get that, but it's just like these companies, they're not clear at all on what their qualifications are for this, and they telling you, yo, who has a Joe Hendry emote? Wow.
LA 90s43.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ash has a Joe Hendry emote.
Hey, all right. All right. I'm sorry, that threw me off. But say his name, he appears. But yeah, I think that there's definitely there's no clarifications on what qualifies, like what qualifications you have to meet for this. Like, how do I qualify for this? And how, if you tell me, if I join this program and you tell me I don't qualify, why is that? I would love to know why it doesn't qualify.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. So, but now, right?
Gonna need handle.
So many people have never heard of this company, but now they have.
All right, never mind.
That's why that's why they say that's what they wanted. They got
that's
what they
the
wanted.
trick. That's the trick.
They got what they wanted.
That's the trick.
No, if you need to take out the
Like,
camera, it's
I
fine. I
also
can actually
think
make it disappear.
It's very interesting that you brought up the fact that 5,800 people. How could you look at that many applications and actually like either they knew exactly who, or it was truly luck based, but then that's not really a rising star showcase. Yeah. Either way, you're not accomplishing the goal that you are setting out to accomplish, right?
You're just motivating people. Like,
yeah,
that's it. All you're doing.
yeah,
I'm motivating them.
Exactly. Also, I do apologize for anybody joining on CJ's side for the sound issues that we're having. We're having some serious sound issues.
My side is bugging.
I don't
My
know
side's
what is
bugging.
going on.
Everybody say hi to
I wanted to
Shane.
throw a tab up and like, yeah, Ash got hers audio, I think, correct. So
But it's okay, you know. Sorry about that, y'all.
yeah,
We're
we good.
washed
We
over
good. It's
here.
fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We good, B. We good. Don't even worry. We good.
I think I
Okay.
can green screen
But
that
you're
too.
right. Like over the years, things like sponsorships, you know, popularity contests. Yeah, like I'm tired of the I have to do a video to participate and sell myself. My broadcasts and my content should be selling myself for me, right? The way that I carry myself, the way that I conduct business, the way that I work with people, who I collaborate with, what I do. What you need me to do a pitch video for? Now, a channel trailer or like renewing that pitch video every now and again, I would say maybe every year, every 2 years, that is smart because even me as a person, I change over time and I'm not doing the same thing
Yeah.
that I was doing 5 years ago, not even at the
Yeah.
same quality. So I
Mhm.
get it. But the whole let me make a pitch video and then do a shout out to the whoever I'm pitching to as like a mini like kind of commercial for them. Yeah, that we got to question that a little bit. We got to put a little question mark on that a little bit.
Good
So
Shane.
I'm
I-
right there with you.
Listen, y'all keep shooting. Like I am not a but like I know people always say like that shoot your shot. All right, yeah, y'all go ahead and shoot your shot. I'm gonna take layups and dunks. Thank you. I'll take some threes. I'm not taking full court shots. You gotta peep game, man. You gotta peep game for a lot of these companies because, like, I'm not giving you free promo, like, and then just for me to go, oh, they didn't accept my app. Duh. You know they weren't going to. Like, you know that.
It's
Yeah,
it's good
it's
it's good
And see,
engagement.
and that's how I feel is that like initially, like again, I was the only reason why I even applied for the thing was because somebody was just like, you know what? I feel like you should do it. I'm like, you know what? I'll throw my hat in there. I'll let my community know that I'm throwing my hat in there. But I'm not going to actually like expect anything from this because it's just like I've been a part of these things before. And they want somebody that is overly achieving on Twitter and just doing the utmost. I have a full-time job. I have a stream that I want to manage. I have a community I like interacting with. I have friends I also like interacting with. I have a life outside of content creation. So it's just like when I see these things, I'm just like, I am not the demographic that they're looking for. They want somebody that basically has no life and can just basically promote them 24/7 and just do whatever they want them to do and push them out there. And I just don't have that type of time. I was formerly a part of Respawn Recruits. In Respawn Recruits, funny enough, the person that created this is the person that is running Luminosity's thing. They're the ones that created Respawn Recruits because they were working at Respawn before they got put on at Luminosity, and they're doing the same thing that they're doing over there, and they're basically running the exact same way. Is that they want you to be on Twitter, constantly giving them the free promotion that they need because of the fact that 9 times out of 10 they're going to take that promotion, take all these interactions and all these the analytics that they're getting behind the scenes, and they're gonna be like, look, this is our reach. What kind of
Where
money?
the fuck is the money on though? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
You mean
Same way I haven't been. If my bills are due, I'm not going live. I'm going out there and I'm getting to it. So how do you that you have? And I feel like there are more people like that now, and I feel like these companies something gotta shake.
and that's what I'm saying. This is the reason why we need to.
Days is hopefully ending, bro. That shit is dead.
No, it's not dead because it's just like there.
No, it's dead as in fucking dead ass dumb.
No, it is dumb, and that's what I'm saying. Like the only way it's going to stop is if we actually start having these types of talks and call them out for what they are. Because it's just like a lot of people don't know, and they're just like, "Oh, this is my chance. This is my big break, and I'm just gonna apply and just do the utmost that I can so I can be out here and get seen." In all actuality, it's just you're getting used. Like they know who they want, and the thing is, they're going to keep doing it until all of like this is what I mean by like. the streaming space needs people to stand up for them and start advocating, like, look, we ain't gonna fall for this stuff. Like, we've seen it once and multiple times before. We need to, like, call them out for what it is. Sure, somebody's gonna end up getting that. Like, if somebody's gonna end up getting that position that people are so coveting and wanting, but at the exact same time, it's just like, look, we ain't gonna play ball. We ain't gonna keep doing this for y'all to keep getting y'all numbers up while we're not seeing anything from it. So we got to start calling it out as we see fit to now, because it's just like, funny enough, so if you're in the Black Guild, it was kind of funny because of the fact that we were sitting in, we had our meeting, and after we had our meeting, actually it goes back before that, back when I forgot what day it was, but I told I was in Discord with Neku, and I was just like, I saw a tweet from Christology, and I was just like, Neku, I was like, remind me in 2 days to come back to this tweet, because I feel like this is going to be important. And she basically was saying, I have to actually go to Twitter and go find her page. But she basically said, like, what is the purpose of, like, doing this, of, like, having these people do these things and stuff. I gotta go read it verbatim. Like, let me go find it. Okay, that's when she did her. Okay, so here's this. She said, this is a pretty cool opportunity, but what I'm reading in the terms that a lot of this contest is some unpaid sponsorship work, or am I reading this wrong? Like, are we trying to find the next upcoming creative streamer, which they're not looking for a creative streamer. Like, with as many people as I've seen, like Anka and Daddy Dave, they weren't looking for creatives. They're looking for somebody that they can use in a team. That's how I view it as anyways. But it's like, are we trying to find the next upcoming creative streamer or get a bunch of free advertisement for these sponsors? I could be under the wrong impression, but for example, when it gets to top 25, they do a sponsored stream. Are they getting paid for this, or in the terms and conditions, they have the rights to use all of this even after the contest? So just curious on how this will turn out for the contestants who don't win. Wish it was more around you as a creator versus how you sell a brand. She called it out. And then I think, what's his name, Alex or whatever, the guy that's like, yeah, that's behind it. He was like, all the creators receive product during the different challenges from their respective brands, which for us as a business is a huge part of finding valuable creators. How you are able to activate sponsors or in an engaging way, etc. Understanding the sentiment, but ultimately, if someone doesn't want to do it, my only advice would be to not enter the competition. You spelled competition wrong. I'm gonna call him out for that. I feel like we're giving a pretty valuable opportunity to not just the winner, but to anyone that goes to the experience of the competition. Appreciate the feedback though, and hope the response makes it clear our perspective of the challenges and how we're trying to somewhat even the playing field. So to even get into the first phase of it, you had to basically do a promo video saying, thank you to them for doing that and stuff. What was the second challenge after you made it to the top 100? Because I saw the exact same videos all over again. Just like, oh, I made it to the top 100. Thank you guys for this opportunity. What are the challenges? Because I didn't see, there was in their Discord, there wasn't anything saying like, okay, this is the challenge to make it into the top 100. All they were asking for is promo videos. Why am I constantly making promo videos and throwing it out there on Twitter? My content should be my promotion. If you are actually looking at everyone that applied, then you should look at their content and be like, what are they doing? Is this aligning with what we want? Which then again coincides with what are you looking for in this competition? Like, and this is the reason why I'm harping on this so much, is because of the fact that they're just literally, if you get 6,000 people to apply, make a promo video shouting them out and say, for example, all 6,000 people have at least 800 followers. Let's just do the math real quick. Because some people have way more followers than me. Some people have more followers than that actual page themselves. But let's go ahead and do the math. Let's just say, for example, 6,000 people applied, and all of them had 300 followers. That's 1.8 million people that they just reached. Also, we can't hear you, Shane.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, my bad. I got too many mute buttons. I was gonna say, and in like 8 months to a year, after all this stuff dies down, they're just gonna take those videos and then do more promotion because you gave them free promotion.
Yep.
Like as a business, as someone that my content creation, yes, I stream, but I am a photographer by trade. So like me looking at things as a business and as a marketer, we got all these people, like it's basically an engagement push. That's all they did was an engagement push. And you gotta, like, me personally, I look at not just, the company that did that, what was it, Luminosity or whatever, but I look at social media platforms in general like that, where, like what I put out there is not at the best interest for them. I mean, well, for me, it's for the best interest of them. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you put on Instagram, everything that you put on Twitter, as soon as you hit the post button, it ain't yours anymore. Period. Like, you don't own it. You don't own that, the likeness of your face. All that stuff can be taken and used for whatever the company wants to do with it. Elon bought Twitter not to run a successful social media company. He bought it so that he can train his AI on it. I feel like you should know that now.
Yeah.
Same thing with Facebook and Instagram. Like they use all those photos, all those videos, all those trends, the captions, everything like that. They use all of that to train their AI models. That's all these big companies really want to do. And then you got to look at the smaller companies. What do they want to do? They want to grow and, like you said, push sponsorship so that their sponsors give them more money that they don't shell out to the people that actually create the content. Y'all being used. Every last person that did that little challenge was being used, and that shit just looked so obvious from the outside looking in.
Yeah, so like I really wanted to also ask, what was the company's publicity before this? Because another reason why I didn't do it was because I didn't know who the fuck they were.
I know about Luminosity. Like they're literally
heard of Luminosity before.
Like they're one of the esports teams basically, and they're like their whole thing is that like they will.
Shit, I do got nothing to do with the esports. So
but like
that even adds more to it.
But no, but like like a lot of esports teams also have like content creators. Like they don't have to be a part of like an actual like going to like the tournaments. Yeah, like they can just be themselves and get paid for doing that basically, and have the connections to like sponsorships and everything that the actual like esports players actually have. They have that same type of connection in a sense. Like they might not make tournament money, but like they still get paid.
I'll tell you the exact model or the exact target audience of this entire competition was for. It was not for people that create content today. It was for the youth. It was for the kids that are about to graduate from college or graduate from high school, get a little bit of money, and then they're going to start streaming. They're going to be like, oh, they actually had a Rising Stars challenge. Let me go ahead and get on this and like let me find out more about Luminosity and blah blah blah. It seems like a lot of people that I know of and I follow join this thing. They have like this promo. So like I said, it's free promotion. Yeah, use them later. Use them later to trap, to get the next crop. Because we all grown. We grown folks. We got jobs.
They still have the Pokemon Unite team. We were actually looking at all the teams that they had because I was like, I did point out, which I caught on to it right before they actually said who was in the top 100. I was just like, which funny enough, that Saturday I was like looking at their Discord, and before they even made the announcement, some people's names are already changing to saying that they're in the top 100. I'm just kind of like, huh. But y'all didn't put that information out there. But these people already had the top 100 like thing in their name and stuff. Because I was like, before like in the Discord, it was just like everyone just had like normal names, and then like out of nowhere, everyone's names started turning blue, which means that you're part of the Rising Stars. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so that it's getting down to it. Like, am I still? Does that mean I'm still in it? And then I saw like a couple of people's names that start turning yellow, and I'm just like, what does yellow mean? So I click on their name and it says top 100. I'm like, oh, so they already said who's in the top 100. But then it's like, we're not making the full announcement until 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. And I'm like, oh, why are their names already yellow? But they haven't put out the actual names yet of who actually got into it. And it wasn't 100 people yet. It was just like a few select names. I'm just like, interesting. And then so I ended up like kind of like looking at everyone that was chatting. And I looked at one of them and I was like, Proxy. I'm like, wait a minute, that person, they already got a jersey on. Maybe these are just staff members. And then I clicked their profile and it says former Luminosity team member. And I'm just like, Okay, you were already in it before, and now you're confirmed to be in the top 100. Interesting. And then, as you guys saw earlier, I was just like, okay, what did they like? Let me actually go look into them and see what they play. And it's like, oh, they played a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. Do they have a Rainbow Six Siege team? Not anymore. To be determined. Interesting. So it's to be determined now because Rainbow Six Siege is having a huge overhaul that's getting ready to happen here soon. That they just announced. And so now they're probably building up for a team for that. And what do you know? One of the people that's in the top rising used to play Rainbow Six Siege or still does play it, and they're building a team for it again. They might be adding them back to it, and they're just already know that they're selecting them to add them into the team. But hey, let's just go ahead and use everyone else. On top of that, I didn't even throw this out there because I mentioned it last time in the last video when I talked about it, but they were in a lot of different creators' DMs. Hey, guess what we're about to do? We're about to do the Rising Stars thing right now. You should apply. Like, they sent it to Miss Ash Rocks. They sent it to Richie HQ. They sent it to several other people. They're like, yeah, they actually like DM'd me directly and told me to like I should apply. But all these people that they DM'd didn't get in. They weren't even in the top 100. So it was just like, these are people with pretty decent followings. So if they post about it, like when I say pretty decent followings, let's look at how many followers Miss Ash Rocks has. Because remember I said if everyone has at least 300, they've already reached 1 million something people. If at like 6,000 people applied, Miss Ash has 16.1K followers. So she did a promo video and then said, like, I don't know if she actually did a promo video. Let me see if she did make a promo video. I mean, I know she's been retweeting everybody that's been in it. Let's see.
Respectfully, if you don't offer me money up front and I'm not your friend, I'm not turning my camera on. And that's for photography, that's for streaming, that's for anything. I'm not turning it on.
So as I look,
That's kind of what.
Yep, what you were saying. Where's the money?
That's kind of the time I'm on. Like, how? Like, when do we draw the line of accountability of knowing when you being fed some bullshit?
Okay, hold on. I gotta bring Hano's camera
When
back.
it's a fine line, bro. But if other motherfuckers can do the bread, can follow the breadcrumbs and see the forest for the trees, how much the test do you want me to hold for the company for doing what a business is, what their shareholders is telling them to do to increase their business?
Right.
You ain't got a bite.
I don't know if it's because I've already I've been through it in a different space for years, but like I was looking at
you
that.
haven't been around the block, then
Why are you working for free?
okay, but why haven't you been around the block? Like that's
Why are you working for free, man?
And see, and this is what I was getting at
the
was
people that got reached out to directly. That's completely different.
and this is what I'm getting. This is what
motherfuckers that saw the shit on Twitter. I mean, not completely different, but you had more hope than the motherfucker that just saw it on Twitter and was like, "Ooh, I'll apply."
True.
But that's what I'm getting at is that they know it's a strategy. They know what they're doing. They're utilizing other people that have decent followings to put the word out there so that they can get even more publicity to just basically pander to these people. Like, again, like I said, Miss Ash Rocks, she has 16K followers, a little bit over 16K followers on Twitter alone. She didn't make a promo video, but she definitely tagged them saying like, hey, I'm wanting to be a part of this. Like, I'm going to apply to be in this thing and I hope I get selected. Like, she tagged their name in it. So it's just like those 16K people that she has all probably saw that. A good portion of them are probably content creators, and they probably were just like, what?
All you need is 10% of an audience.
Let me go see what this is about, because I want to be a part of this too. So let me go ahead and pull up and see, and then boom. So now you got at least 1,000 people that probably saw that and were just like, what? I want to like get in on this too. Let's look at Richie HQ. Let's see how many followers he has.
If I do a free promo video, it is for something that I've already bought and something that I feel passionate about, that I feel that other people need to know about. Not doing it for free. for another company. It's got to be for a product that I bought that I feel like people should know about. Like, oh, look, everybody, this is the best Gorilla Glue ever. You ever had the Gorilla Super Glue? I use this on my 3D prints. This is great. There you go. Shout out Gorilla Glue, yo. Just got free promo from me, but I use it.
I don't even know, like, I don't know Richie like that, but I know he's like in the Black community. And I remember him putting out a tweet saying like, they reached out to him. Let's see, this is March 11th. I know he put it out probably around like the 7th or something like that. That he was like, yo, they actually like DM'd me. He didn't actually. I don't know if he actually applied or not, but like, like they definitely did slide in his DMs and say like, you know what, let me try to get you to pull up. So let me see, where did he put the tweet out? Because and the thing is, which makes this even wilder, is that other people actually did, like, even if they didn't like do it, they're supporting their friends that are still in it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, here it is. He said back on March 3rd, he said he just showed the DM that they slid in his DMs. They said, we want to find the next rising star. This is your chance to join Luminosity and win $100,000 contract. And all he did was just say, oh shit. Basically, that was his tweet. Like, I can show you guys that real quick. Will this actually?
Hey, what's the over under on the person that's gonna win $100,000 already has the contract and the check?
The motherfucker that took the hiatus that was on the team before. This shit, I keep saying the shit's wrestling. Niggas don't want to hit me. They just want to dance.
See, as you can see, they were in his DMs.
Is going to win, and it's gonna be like, oh, the return.
Well, see, but the thing, it wouldn't even be a resurgence thing, because it's just like no one cares.
Surprise Royal Rumble entrant, they do.
Well, it's not even that they care.
It does, and that's all that fucking matters to them.
It's not even that the company cares. It's just that like they're just like, okay, it's the beginning of the year. Listen to renegotiate these contracts, because that's how a lot of again, people are talking about like, well, was my ad revenue low? Because companies, they cut back on ads at the beginning of the year, like towards like the end of the year going into the beginning, like they dump a lot of it into the end of the year so that they can cut back on it at the beginning of the year, and then make their, when it comes time for like their investors
seasons,
like their
people are inside the house.
I'm glad that you randomly brought this up. Hey, the same reason why you boycotting a business for one fucking day doesn't fucking matter. It's because economics works in quarters.
Yep. And it's like it's around that time.
Your one day of not buying fucking Pringles doesn't mean a fucking thing when they go by quarters, and quarters are about 3 months a piece.
So it's just like, this is like, it's right now, it's like this is their time to show like, okay, like they're probably the beginning of the year is probably around the time when they start to renegotiate their contracts and stuff, and like, okay, so this is like how much we're going to give to you.
Quarter.
And so this is going to last
their fiscal year.
Yep. And so it's just like, all right, you guys did, say, for example, you had like a 10 million reach last year. And then now, because you're doing this, you just literally tripled that. So you have like a 30 million reach right now. And then the company was like, okay, if you have like a 10 million reach, we'll pay you guys like flat out $100,000 basically. Now that you have 30 million, $300,000 from each company. And they say they got like 300 companies that are willing to work with them. That's buku money for that whole organization now at that point, because of the fact that now they got all these people retweeting for them and doing all this stuff, and it shows their analytics are high up in the air. So they're just like, oh, okay, well, you guys had this type of reach. All right, so this is what we're going to pay you guys now. And how did they get that? Because they used a bunch of people that are just like, oh, I have a chance to win this, when really they don't have that chance. And they're just using you for your reach, because it's not about what you know. It's about how many people you know and how much you can like make them look good. And that's literally
how much you can drive traffic to their website.
And that's
how much you can get them to invest and buy in their shit.
And this is the reason why.
And loans.
And this is why it's like, and the thing is that it's going to keep happening until people start calling it out for what it is. And that's why I said
It's
Krista
going
called it
to
out.
keep happening because
It's-
there will always be someone to bite.
There's always a
There's
fool.
But that's what I'm
for
saying. But
every one of for every one of us that stands up and fights for the people and all that shit, it's 100 streamers that is just gonna do it for the look.
I know that that's the case. But the thing is that who's having these nobody's having these conversations though.
You can have conversations all you want.
But the thing is,
That's still gonna happen.
But the thing is though, is that
the machine?
No, the machine is the machine
because they've been working.
But the thing,
there's always gonna be someone to bite.
Of course, there's always gonna be someone to bite. But it's just like a lot of people also just don't know. That's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. A lot of people come into this space.
People sometimes are very unaware of their options.
And this is what I'm getting at.
Will attest
and their worth.
And this is why I'm like, we need to have more people being so upfront and having these conversations, because it's just like, if one person has this conversation and then somebody else hears it and then they spread that word, now it's 2 people that are aware. But if we get 50 people that are having that conversation and then they spread it to 2 people, now it's 100 people that know. But another way that, again, as I mentioned earlier, how this thing works is that, remember how I had this conversation? I said I was wanting to have this back on Saturday, and not a lot of people were like in on it. But then now that CJ is having this conversation, other people are having this conversation, they're willing to listen because these people had the things that they want. And this is what I'm getting at, is that this industry, how it works is that if people have that same sentiment as somebody that they don't like, that they think is beneath them or just doesn't know what's going on, King, that has something that they want, they're going to sit down and listen, because it's just like, I can either learn from you or I can try to use you, or whatever the case is. Like you have something that they want, but if you don't have anything that they want, why should I listen to you? That's how this industry works. So this is why I'm like, I had that conversation before, but now 2 people that had things that people want, they're partnered and they're ambassadors and they have the connections that a lot of people wish they had. If they're having that exact same top like conversation, and then more people are put onto that and they're like, oh, that's how they feel, maybe I need to be a little bit more, I need to listen to a little bit more to what they're saying. And so boom, now this is starting to expand more, because it's just like, these are people that people respect, they know of, that they're looking up to, and it's just like, okay.
C1, I want you to read your DM so bad, but I feel like it would change the screen. It's just,
I can do it from my phone.
Look on your phone. Look on your phone. It is some shit. A partner is at the helm of this. It is. You know me. You know I'm skeptical. You know I'm weary. I'm trying to move correctly. Possibly the shit is a step in the right direction.
It might be. It might be. Like in this
and it's 2 people that I know, love, and trust.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it might be something to definitely look into. Yeah. Yeah. Like, and this is what I mean. It's just like, when people get that, when they reach like how she achieved it, when they reach that status, that's when people are like, let me pull up, let me sit down. You got to have something that somebody wants for people to listen. That's why I said, why don't we have a black,
like celebrities?
Yeah, like that. And as I mentioned before, I threw this way back out there, way back in the day. I was just like, I wish I probably could like go look up the tweet to find out when I said it. But like, I was like, why don't we have a black guy, like a black male gaming group? Like, there's black girl gamers. Why don't we have black men gamers? I threw this out there years ago, and they were like, why don't you create it? I'm like, I already know how people are. I put out the information. Nobody reacted to it. J-Rock retweeted it, and all of a sudden, other people start commenting, start chiming in. K-Dot started like chiming in, and start like when J-Rock retweeted it, and then like when he started chiming in, everybody started chiming in, and I'm just like, I put it out there initially.
But a lot of that shit, realistically, a lot of motherfuckers are still old enough and have been around enough to remember the cookout. So that shit might still have a bad taste in some niggas' mouths still.
Well, no, it's because the cookout is something completely different. I like the cookout is something completely, like, a lot of older people know what the cookout is. Like, I always reference it. Like, The Cookout was originally the original organization of all the black content creators back in, I want to say this is like 2014, 2015 era. Because it was like a big thing on Twitter because it was just like you didn't see black content creators really like that. So what they did was like they got on Twitter and it's like if you're a black content creator, tag another black content creator and we're going to try to get everybody organized together so we can create a group for us as black creators. And I know J-Rock was like one of the earlier people, and he put my name out there in my phone basically from the time of 12 p.m. to about like 8 p.m. that night. Every time I looked at my phone, I had 99 notifications because it was just everybody throwing in each other's names, and they created a Discord. And the thing is, it was dope. The Cookout was dope when initially, it was a lot of egos and stuff when it first initially came about, but it was like, you're seeing a lot of black creators come together. It's essentially the Twitch Black Guild, but unorganized. That's what it was. I'm just being upfront and honest about it. Like, that's exactly what it was, because it's just like everybody, didn't matter what size you were, everybody was joining in on it. And it was just a lot of egos, a lot of bad characters, a lot of good characters. It's just like, that's how everyone kind of like initially got to know each other. I was a part of it early on.
And I ended up on a podcast that kind of was going to war with them niggas a little bit at the end. That was that was interesting. With someone who's hopefully shall not be named, just goes away, just stays away.
Wow. But no, it's just like
I know nothing will be his time.
And you know that motherfucker keep popping up too.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He keep trying to rebrand.
I think at this point he stopped trying to rebrand and is just himself at this point.
Someone told me last week. It was like 2 weeks ago. It was like, you know who was back at it? I think it was my guy Jeroni.
I know last time, matter of fact, was it last year that I saw him? Because I was at PAX East and I saw him and he was hanging around.
Pictures with the motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm in a picture with them. I think I even still
old enough that them vibes is deleted because thank Christ.
Because I even when I hit 1,000, what's going on? Well, I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on, Ricks? Hope all is well, everybody. Everybody's in chat. Hope y'all doing well, by the way. But like I know, because when I hit my because he was the reason why I hit 1,000 followers, if I'm not mistaken. Like he did like a big pull up, and I was just like, I know I was streaming, and I was just like, yeah, I'm real close to 1,000, and he rated into me, and it was just like, yeah, we gotta get him up to 1,000 followers, and did a big push for it and stuff, and I'm just like, wow, thanks, yo, like dope dude, and then all this information comes to light, and I'm just like, oh,
all falls down.
Yikes. So, but this reminds me of the podcast days. I feel like I'm getting great information from great friends. The thing is that as I keep throwing out there is that to see the change in the space, you have to be the change that you want to see, because again, this goes back to the inspiration and all the other things that I was saying earlier at the beginning. If you inspire somebody around you, that inspiration rubs off on them, and then it rubs off from the people that they're connected to, and then it spreads like wildfire. Again, with SaidHi was doing something that inspired Neku. That inspiration from Neku rubbed off on me, and I was just like, you know what? I want to create something dope. And when I was doing that, I was like, you know what? This is something that I've been meaning to work on. I need to get my closed captions. So it maybe create the closed captions. From the closed captions, when I stop talking, which
yeah,
I'm
I'm
going to give you
that too. I like that.
I'm gonna let it do its thing. But when I stop talking, my camera fades away. That came from the closed captions thing that I created with Neku. He showed me how to do it, and then from there, I was able to turn that information to do this with the camera. So it's like whenever I'm doing like a reactionary thing and I want it to start playing and I stop talking, my camera disappears. That's something that was created. That's that inspiration that I'm talking about. So to have that same effect on people around you means that you're inspiring them, and then that inspiration flares out to everyone else because you don't have the same reach as somebody else. Like, for example, Shane knows people I don't know. Heno knows people I don't know. But at the exact same time, if I inspire them to do something and then they do something and then somebody that they know sees what they did, they get inspired. There's a chain reaction of just people being inspired to do different things, and that inspiration just blows up all over the place. And then we're back to actually content creation, because to be a content creator, you have to create content.
What's good, Ty?
Like this guy right here, Ty Rizzle, who is a rapper. And even though he doesn't want to say that he's a content creator, he is a content creator. Which, by the way, tell JP that he sucks. Like, I wanted him to be a part of this conversation again, too, because now that we actually have some goats on the screen here, besides for Shane and Heno, but we actually have other goats that people respect and love, having this exact same topic. My bestie rap still. I literally played his songs last time, Rexy.
JP didn't have the same
Play it.
excitement that I had for him when I saw him risen from the dead. And
Well, the thing is, like, I knew when I hate the fact that he decided to come back.
I know he was locked in on Wilds, but I was like, I wanted a moment. I ain't gonna lie.
I hate the fact that he decided to because like he was like the same way that I was on Heno's head, because when Heno stopped streaming for a while, Heno can attest that I was literally on his head consistently, like, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? When are you coming back? Because I as I mentioned earlier, I can look at like a lot of the people that what's going on, Armed? I can look at a lot of people that I'm like really like somewhat close to, and I can see it's like I have like that Naruto when I can like look into like the with like Neji, I can look into people and I can see their chakra and I can see that spark there, and I'm just like, you got something else still within you that you can give, but you haven't given. And I'm like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, we got to get that out somehow. How do we get it out? And so I'm always doing that to people. So if I'm on your head, that means that I know that you have something in you that you haven't exactly tapped into. Therefore, it's just like, how do we get that to come out? What do we got to do? And that's what's going through my head. And then I seen that I see it in Heno. So that's what I was like, when Heno stopped streaming, I'm like, you got to go live again. There's still something there. I don't know what it is, but there's something there. You got to go live again. When JP disappeared, granted, it's not because he wanted to disappear, but it's just because he had to work on some things. I'm like, now that you're slowly getting there, when you going live again? When you going live again? When you going live again? Like that's how I get, because it's just like the reason why I get like that is because J-Rock did the exact same thing to me. He was just like, bro, you've been at this long, like you have so much insight. You need to go live. There's so much within you that you just need to bring out there. And I'm just like, I just got to find the time, in all honesty. That was what it was for me. It was like, I need to find the time. And then once I started like doing it, I conditioned myself to keep doing it. And it's just like, it wasn't a matter of finding the time. It was just, I just got to keep doing it. And once I got conditioned enough to keep doing it, and it's just like, now I'm willing to keep doing it. I want to keep doing it. It feels right for me to keep doing it. And then it was just a matter of molding and weeding myself into place to finding out where I need to be at to do this. And I feel like every time I go live now, especially now that I'm like developing my voice and I'm getting frustrated because of the way the space is, I feel like I'm getting closer to where I need to be at. What if y'all hosted a pop-up meet? I don't care about doing meetups, in all honesty. I don't like it. My frustration is that I want to change the space because the way that it is, with how long I've been around, I can look back and see how things used to be, and it was actual legit content creation. Where it's at now, it's not legit content creation anymore. It's just, what is the trend? Which again, they get on that topic here. Like we're only like halfway through the video, and so it's like this is another part that I wanted to bring up because they get on that. So
for socials, right? Like everybody knows that it's that engagement for socials, which is like, oh my god, yeah. I get it.
let's see.
And I really loved your
The analogy
of you shooting from outside the building, because it's true. It's true.
Listen. I'm seeing some insane. Like, I don't know if dudes think this is like American Idol or something. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. Like,
Yeah.
Like, what part of the game like is we're competing through 6,000 people for one like, what are we talking about right now?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no, pick me because you like my content. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's
what are we
it.
talking about?
That's it. CJ, we've only gotten through 2 questions. It's been an hour. That's how. See, remember when I told you about the vibes? Like, if you want
The wild thing is they have only got through 2 questions and it's been an hour. We have only got through these 2 questions and it's almost been 3 hours. Watching this video while I got dressed earlier today. What's going on, Level? I wanted you to be a part of this conversation, Level 2.
I got a fucking day job in the morning.
I do too. That's why I was like, I'm trying to like get through as much of this now as possible, just so like we can just end it here. I don't want to get it like, because this is already a part 2 for me, and I had that conversation last week basically, and it's getting ready to come up on a week. So I was like, I want to get through to this next part, which is they talk about trends.
Clearly,
I'm chilling.
To advance your point, clearly we need to have these more often.
It might be the case.
One conversation ain't gonna do it. Just these 2 streams, theirs and this one.
And then what I had on Saturday too, because it's just like this, like what I had on Saturday was the beginning. Then it was just like, it's funny enough that people have that same sentiment, and it's like now it's like it's out there. And then on top of that, it's just like now other people are able to see what I was getting at, and then now they can get their insight too, because it's just like it's a lot of conversation that's being had now, and this is what I want. I want conversation, because it's just like when this starts happening and it gets people to like look at it and understand it, then it's just like, okay, now I see what he was initially meaning. Other people feel the same way, and then I hate that, but it was just like now that other people are having this conversation, and it's like other people have the same sentiment, then it's just like, all right, now we just need to get that information out there so other people can understand where we're coming from, because it's like I feel like if people see other people that are having this talk and they're understanding why they're having this talk, then it's going to rub off on other people, and it's just again, that inspiration thing, it spreads. It keeps spreading. That's what I want to happen, is that when the community rises up and wises up, that's when change can actually start happening. But I wanted Level, like that's what I was reaching out to you, Levels, because I wanted you in on this too, because of the fact that, like, again, you've been around as long as I have, and you've basically grown up within this field too. So I know you would definitely have some insight into this, like some things that you would want to get out there. I wanted J-Rock to actually have some some insight, like some talk into this too. But I know he's busy. I know he was live earlier. I don't know if he's still live right now or not. But it's a lot of stuff that goes into this. So let me see if I can get to that.
I'm chilling.
Let's see.
Because the concept of battle royals was just like introduced.
Yeah.
So this is where they had the topic about the trends.
I think trends.
Talk about trends. It could be maybe a new game, or it could be whatever the meta is in terms of content creation. So for example, I would love to pick your brain on what you think about when people create content based on whatever the streamer meta is nowadays. So let me give you an example, like the black bar thing. Did you hear about when that all happened?
You guys remember that? The black bar trend?
Nope. It was a black bar.
The
fuck? You mean on like the body paint streamers?
Thank you. So like you remember it then.
Oh, yeah. that like the FCC bars and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she's referring to.
The what bar?
So there was a time when people were streaming because I think a streamer had used black bars to cover up certain parts of their body, and they were like doing it as a way to kind of create a little bit of controversy. And then people started to copy it in jest.
What?
Conversation, Rexy. That's why I'm saying conversation is the start of it.
Certain kind of
I got you.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of a thing. Yeah, what in the hot tub stream? Yeah, kind of similar to that. So people would like in jest, in joking, like put like a black bar to be like, ha ha ha, funny, funny. But like those had created a real conversation of like what pushed the boundaries in terms of like what is acceptable and you know what's okay for like the way that you present yourself and stuff. But do you think that those kinds of trends should dictate how we create content and also the trends of whatever games are new? Like what are your thoughts on that in general?
I think trends work if the algorithm's good. So I'm gonna be very blunt. They're gonna somebody from Twitch about to hit me up, make me burn my shirt. But I got a Twitch. But yeah, YouTube. TikTok algorithm is absolutely amazing. I mean, listen, I am barely on there. I barely put anything out, and I still get follows every single day.
Yeah.
Like, every day I get follows, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this algorithm? Like, it's incredible. So I think trends on TikTok works. The reason why I said the thing about Twitch was because on Twitch the discoverability is questionable.
That works.
And I think it just makes oversaturation when you stream games everybody else is streaming. I know I see the new hot thing is Marvel Rivals, and that's cool. I think if you genuinely enjoy these games, I think that's cool. I think if you're playing these games for the purpose of meta, then I think that doesn't make much sense. It goes back to the point of what you were saying earlier of, people being able to sniff out, like,
When you're actually free level, we can actually sit down and have the conversation. Like, I want to hear your voice. I want people to hear your voice.
Like, for example, as I said earlier, I don't play first person shooters, but if Call of Duty got mega popping again, and I've just out of nowhere, yeah, we're on Call of Duty today, people will be like, huh? Talking about CJ, you don't play, never seen you ever. What are you talking about? Right. So it's gonna be they'll know it's not, it's genuine. Either that or it's gonna say sponsored or something like that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Not
When I did play Call of Duty, I got that AMD sponsorship thing and I got the game for free. That was like literally the only time that you see me playing Call of Duty again. Like after I was just kind of like, all right, I'm kind of done with this. I stopped doing it because it's just like, one, my PC could barely handle it. Now that I got a new PC, I was able to play it a lot better. But it's just like, I got other games that I'm actually like more connected to. So it's like, I understand that concept of it too. So, but
Jay playing Raid Shadow Legends. Oh my goodness.
J-Rock been playing a lot of Raid Shadow Legends, but it's sponsored.
So it actually did happen once. Sponsored. Sponsored. Ad. That's it. That's
we gonna get that money.
The only reason.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Like, you'll see. Yeah.
We might see. Whoa, CJ play Animal Crossing before COD. Oh dear.
You know what? Nah, he got a point.
Yeah. The dojo still waiting for a Fortnite stream, CJ. What'd you think about that?
Played Fortnite one time when it like first came out, like before it got like super duper cool.
All right, I'm gonna jump ahead because
try not to make those same mistakes that you made, and it makes your execution so much
impact on my ability to retain viewership.
Let's see. I think that he has a topic about
their day has now been improved by hanging out with me and you. Am I gonna go out and try to do good and like advocate for people? Am I gonna go out and try to educate people with what it is? But like when it's like when you ask people, why am I achieving these things? Like, really think about that answer. Like, for you, CJ, what is your purpose? What is your goal? What drives you to create every day?
I'm in competition with myself at this point, because I've been on here for mad long. I have done it all. Like, so I'm serious. Like, I've been featured on everything. Like, I have every status, luxurious status that people say, partner, ambassador. I've done front pages. I've done interviews. I have literally done it all. But I want to create more meaningful things for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lying. There's one thing I haven't done. Now I think about it. There's one thing. I don't know how to do it though. But yeah, I'm trying to do that billboard thing. But yeah,
yeah. I would love to see you on that. Oh my gosh, yes.
It's New York, anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, I have done so much. So at this point, for me, I want to continue to challenge myself in how can I best capture this journey. right? So, you know, I'm working on a documentary, I'm working on a video game, I'm working on just different content that makes me feel just very creative, right? And I'm also paying attention somewhat to what others are doing because I'm like, okay, that's what y'all doing. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because I know, okay, this is I need to continue to be genuine to me and do something different.
Mm-hmm.
So if everyone, let's say if everyone comes on and they all got purple overlays, everyone got purple overlays, bet I'm gonna do green.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so now at the surface level, when people are like, yo, you saw that dude with the green overlay? They know exactly who we talking about. Exactly who we talking about, right? So, but if you say purple, that could be mad people, you know? So that's the goal is just I have personal projects that I want to complete at this point because in terms of there's nothing else for me, like legit there's nothing. Like I've unlocked all the emotes on the platform. We've had 11,000 subs at one point. Like there's nothing else for me at this point that I'm like, oh, that's a goal. So now it's just about stability and just personal goals. It's really what it is.
Yeah. I think those are really great. Like, especially with the game that you're working on and just, you know, creating that wonderful, beautiful community that you have and wanting to do things that fulfill you as a person. That way it fuels your passion to want to create, to continue to create here on Twitch and on other platforms. I think for me, absolutely very much in the same boat of I'm going to do stuff that's going to make me happy. I'm going to do things that's going to fulfill like the needs of whatever I want to see happen on Twitch. Like I want to be an example of like, hey, these people needed help. We created resources to get them whatever it is. Like they want to know like how do I stream retro games? They want to know how do I put on a show? How do I apply to become a host? How do I
And this is, I think I needed to, like, for me personally, I think I needed to hear that because it's just like now that I feel like I'm finding my voice, I need to like actually sit down and like talk to Ash about getting into like these types of situations where like in these rooms where I need to be able to like speak because as y'all can tell, I have a lot that I need to say. And I'm getting more comfortable with saying it. And also, shout out to Level, because Level was the one that coined this term that I like to use often now, is get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's where I'm trying to get myself in that situation of being uncomfortable, because it's just like, that means I'm growing. That means I'm expanding and I'm like trying to do more. So it's just like, I'm resonating with that so much more now because it's just like, I think I'm understanding myself more. And that's kind of like, if I'm understanding myself more, I want to get around people that also are trying to get that understanding and just get to that point where it's just like, okay, I understand myself, or I'm understanding myself a bit better, and I want to like push that same energy out of myself into them. So it's just like we're basically about to just start Naruto running down the street, basically. That's the reason why I'm like, I know Hino has something in him. I know Shane has something in him, especially when it comes to content, because it's like Shane does so many different things, and I know that he can be so much more because it's just like I got like, so there's not too many people that I've actually gone to a convention and just sat down and talked with. I spent an entire night with Shane in Brother Genesis just chatting and just vibing and like that and I was talking
morning.
I don't do that often. Like if I'm going out, I like to go out and then like I'll party with some people. I do that for one night, and then after that, it's just like it is what it is at that point. But when I can actually sit down and just interact with you, that means that I've connected with you. And when I connect with you, that means that I know that you have something within yourself, because it's like I've gotten a chance to talk to you and interact with you, and I know that you have something in you that can flare up. So that's why I was like, I want Shane to be on here. I wanted to get Brother Genesis too, but I didn't get a chance to reach out to him. And I've spent a lot of time with Hino, so it's just like I know he has that same flair within him to do more, and he's like expanding himself, because it's like and I always mess with him. I keep saying Bald Heno's best ever Heno, but I know that he's grown so much more now. I'm always gonna mess with him because it's just like we have that brotherly vibe now, where I like to poke at Heno and get him angry, but I was just like, I know he builds that energy up and then he redirects it into like content basically, and sometimes he just fights to fight back with me too. But that's not very often. I have to force that out of him. But that's not the point. It's just like the point is that I know Heno has more within him, and I want to see him grow to be that creator. And then whatever he decides to do with it after that is what he wants to do. But it's just like, I just know that there's more within everybody around me, because it's just like, I wouldn't have built these connections with them if there isn't more within them. He said, "You happy to hear that? I know my presence has been lacking as of late, but I'm glad you're feeling how you are. You have a nice circle to connect with." And see, and that's the thing. I feel like, again, I had this talk with Heno, and he reminded me that is that how I said that I want, like, I don't know if I'm meant to be a content creator directly permanently, but I feel like I have a lot to teach. And if I have a lot to teach, how can I direct that energy? And maybe it's like that I'm meant to create an agency for creators to help them grow as content creators and get them that foot going in the right direction. Maybe that's what I need to do. But for me to be able to do that, I have to actually have reached the goal that other people want to reach, which is the fabled checkmark partner. So that's why I'm like, for me to full on embrace that dream, I'm going to have to full on embrace and hit that partner status. And then once I do that, then I have to get a proper understanding of YouTube. So it's like those two things go hand in hand. If you can create a good YouTube channel that's profitable,
because that's not even enough. It's fucking YouTube partner. It's fucking I was fighting for kick monetization. I was fucking even on podcast platforms with monetization. Like my podcast has a fucking subscriber thing. It's never never enough.
I feel like you, like, while the mindset that you just stated, bears some weight. If you have the ability to do something, you should do it regardless of, like people saying, "Oh, like, you're not a partner. Why would I listen to you?" It doesn't matter what that person thinks.
And I know it doesn't, but it also ties back
your status.
But it also ties back into my own aspirations, because it's like that's something that I've been working so hard at for so long, is that I want that for myself, because it's just like I've started so many things and I never finished it. So it's like it ties into that.
Be you.
Yeah. So it's like I want it for myself. Like why do you want to be partner? Because I want it. Why else do I want it? When I wanted to get my AVMedia partnership, I worked at that since 2018, and it took this long for me to get there, but I finally got to it. I told other people about AVerMedia. I put AVerMedia into everybody's ear for like literally like over 5 years. I'm like, yo, they're like, oh, literally, what is it? When Man of Medan first came out, when did that first come out? Let's see. Release date 2019. Yep. So literally, I think I did a stream with AVerMedia back in like it's either 2018 or 2019. I went to TwitchCon and I did a stream with them. Had an edible, so that had to be 2019. But like, I remember going up there and I did that stream with them, and that was like my first like real introduction. And I bought like their best capture card at that point in time. And since 2019, I was constantly putting people onto AVerMedia constantly. And then I remember they did they was doing a partner push, and like I didn't know what they were looking for. They were big on VTubers, and I was like, yo, Pop, you should definitely apply. Go do it. She did it. She got it. She got in. J-Rock did it. He got it. He's in there. And I'm like, dang, like all my homies are getting put on, but here I am sitting on the outside like, dang, where's my self-value at? Like, dang, I'm putting everybody else on and I'm not getting what I want out of this. Like, I want to get in on this. And I'm like, so I just went up to like the partner manager, and I'm just like, yo, bro, I've been putting in an application for the longest. I put so many people on to you guys. I've been promoting your products for free. What's going on? He was like, what's your name? I was like, Chris one, but he's like, Agent C one? I was like, yeah. He's like, I've seen your application multiple times. And I'm like,
there you go.
Really? He was like, just do it one more time for me. I was like, okay. After I did it that one time, I got in. But it's just like, it was determination and the grit to keep doing it. But it was just like, these are things that I want for myself. So I was like, I'm gonna keep doing it. So it's like, I had to go out of my way like I don't like to be confrontational with people. I was slightly irritated when I went and approached them, but at the exact same time, it was just like I got comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable with like approaching somebody in that type of manner because it's just like I don't want to come off as angry. I don't want to come off as aggressive, but I actually had that little bit of a hint of a tone to that. I forced it to happen. So it's just like I wanted that. Same thing with the Capcom Creator Program. I applied. You guys know I'm a big Capcom head. I love me some Resident Evil. I love me some Mega Man. I love me some Onimusha. I love me some Street Fighter. I don't play Street Fighter that often, but like I do love me some Street Fighter. I'm a big Capcom head. Y'all know this about me. But the first time I applied, I did a cosplay of Virgil. I was doing so many things. Didn't get it. Just out of nowhere, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it again. Got into it, and then like literally before my starter came out, they were like, "Hey, you want to come out to San Diego for the launch party for Monster Hunter?" I'm like, I don't live in San Diego. I texted Hino about this. I was heated because I was like, I want to go, but I'm like, I got work and I got all these different things going on. I'm like, I got to move to San Diego because I was like, I'm missing out on all these different opportunities to do these fun, dope things and stuff. But it's like at the exact same time, it's that determination that gets you where you need to be at. You got to have that determination and you just got to be ready just to approach things head on. And I'm like, that's where I'm at.
Cursed me out for that Pokemon job link I sent you.
Well, I'm not so like that. I did cuss you out on that one because it's just like, bro, like you want me to move out there? Like it said that you had to be local for that. I'm like, you think I'm just gonna uplift?
Want to do shit but help a homie?
I know what you're doing.
I said that to like 7 different people. Just
we taking it back to Cali. So the thing is, Level, I can't leave.
Else I know that I know the circumstances with which under I saw that. That was a random thing posted by somebody I work with IRL because she be connected like that, and I was blue, but
you put it out there
right now,
and
so I was like, okay, this might help somebody else.
So Level, since you kind of just pulled up, I can't actually leave either because later this year I'm gonna be basically a homeowner now. I'll be my mom is giving me her condo, so I'll have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath condo, all to myself. So I unfortunately cannot leave.
In the sky, look at you.
So,
hey man, condo living is a little tough, bro. If you need some pointers, I'll hit you on the side.
So like, she already gave me the rundown of how much the bills are going to be and stuff. Like, it's still going to be like the condo itself is still going to have to be in her name. So like, I already know how much I have to give her a month, and then like all the bills and stuff that's going to be, and then on top of my car payment and my cell phone. So like, basically an entire check is going to be going towards all those bills, and then I'll have like a check to myself. I just got to like rearrange everything in a sense to make it so that I don't have to pay it all out at the beginning of the month. Basically, I just got to like say like I got to move my car payment towards like the middle or at the like somewhere in the middle towards the end of the month, so that way I can make everything happen. But so what I told her was like, I'm gonna have basically a part of my check always go into her account so that she can pay that portion of like pay the actual condo payment thing for all that stuff, and then take care of it that way because it's in her name. It's not gonna be in my name. So I know if I have a portion of my check always going to her, it will be there at the beginning of every month so that she can pay that. And then I just got to pay for the light bill, the internet, and the homeowner association, and then everything else is basically taken care of in that regard. Which is why I was saying at the end of this, I'm also going to give you guys an update is that you might not be seeing me going to as many conventions. Like, this might be my last TwitchCon for a while unless something happens and I just